Kripaya dhyan dijiye. The language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. What a sad, sad day. 1000th episode today. And we thought the only right thing to do was 2 minutes silence right at the beginning. But then I guess it's an audio thing and you won't understand because you're like, why isn't anything happening? And your Wi-Fi is working. Although a lot of people think that's the best way to go with this show. Yeah. So 1000th episode, lots of things planned. Before that, just a quick comment on another shameful story. Very upset about the Ranveer Singh photographs myself. At least 3 of them, he had his underwear on. I was upset. Why? I mean, a nude photo is a nude photo because there's nothing on. I mean, I myself, as a pioneer of nude photography, both taking and giving, no pun intended, just want to put my hand up and say, Ranveer, we salute you. And when I say we salute you, again, no double meaning. Having said that, we salute ourselves with the 1000th episode. We have a proprietor, leader, CEO, the Kim Jong-un. I wouldn't say that's really mean. The one and only, the man with the dream. Let's be honest. It's like this. Amit Doshi, you are the guy who thought of this whole thing. And it's like you're the British. You built the bridges and we are the Indian laborers who actually executed it. Right?
Sure.
So I'm that laborer guy who does the work, but I don't really care about the bridge. You know, I can spit on it. I can walk on it. I can pee on it, off it, whatever. But you're the guy, as I do. But you are the guy with the dreams. So it's actually there's one guy whose passion and sensitivity and empathy level is high towards the show. It would be, of course, now having watched and listened to many, he's lost it. But initially, it would be Amit Doshi. Is it fair to say, Amit?
Yeah, I agree with I think what you said. I lost the meaning somewhere halfway through the whole sentence, but yes, I think I would agree.
I'll come back because we have to quickly
reintroduce.
Well, okay, yeah. Well, after what Sharanya was number 7 episode or something, 990 episodes later, we have her back in the studio. May, on the other hand, worked with us for a long time and was also co-anchor, producer, the work. She did everything, as far as I remember. So May and Sharanya are back and we'll go back memory lane with them. Sharanya has just told us she's quit this business in terms of being the face of an audio program or the voice. God, only I of the 1000 would not know the difference. Look at the lack of professionalism is so apparent, really. Yeah. Just a story at the top which we've mentioned before, the birth of our show, since we're indulging ourselves. And the irony gets me every day. Why don't we have Starbucks as a sponsor? Because how we started this whole thing is Amit Doshi went to meet another client and me and Kunal were meeting another client and we just happened to be in the same space one morning, weekday morning in 2015 in a Starbucks in Nariman Point.
Yes.
And that's where we met, and to cut a long story short, then he spoke to me and then sooner or later we started doing this and boom, 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 here we are 1000 episodes later.
It's a meet cute.
But Starbucks, where are you? We've had every other coffee guy everyone has come on our show except Starbucks. Yeah. Starbucks doesn't give a star about us, as far as I'm concerned.
They don't give you any bucks?
No
bucks from Starbucks, true.
Yeah.
In all this, I think Starbucks doesn't spend money on marketing in India.
Really?
I don't think they do any ads.
They don't care at all.
I think they're willing to shout out my name. That's the best they can do.
I met with somebody from Starbucks very early on, and this was that, we don't need to advertise. We don't advertise. Our locations are our advertisements.
What arrogance.
Wow. That's a whole other ballgame. Wow.
Starbucks, you're fired. This is it. I gave you a one-time offer. This is pre-Diwali also. But it got better for them. But no, they didn't want to. So let's go back to Sharanya and May and let's go. I can't even remember the episodes.
I looked this up a little bit, right?
Yeah?
I was trying to kind of look at some of the antecedents of what we're doing over here, right?
Yeah.
So the first amazing thing, right? Adarsh Munjal was on the first 2 episodes. The big bookard.
Why is she having an orgasm?
Bookard. No, because I'm remembering.
Sound,
it's called memory.
Wow.
Mine is very
I have never heard that sound because, the women I've been with, they just walk up and leave. That's fantastic.
Also.
Yeah, but I think May was on episode number 14 for the first time. 14, 15, something like that.
Wow.
And then I was looking for, actually what I was really trying to figure out, right, is because I feel the show is 2 shows, right? There is the normal conversational show, and then there is the,
tell them the truth. We wanted to put guests on. They wouldn't turn up. So we switched to conversational show.
You know what?
Then we found conversational show was more fun.
It's the opposite, because as I'm looking through this stuff, right? As I'm looking through all of our older things, our first episodes were all, let's build a panel, let's talk about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And
We had that idea.
So I mean, like the first episode.
It wasn't our idea. This guy on Republic TV had the same idea with better guests.
Which I think better guess was the issue, right?
Yeah.
But no, our first 3 or 4 episodes, right? We had the episode where we talked about a bunch of different things. There we did a sports episode initially
episode,
with 2 or 3 people
Yeah,
as
I
well.
remember.
So we tried that out for a while. That didn't work, and then we went to interviews. And then from interviews, I remember that we were at Famous Car.
Yeah.
This was episode 50. Riaz Amlani was supposed to come. He never showed up.
Oh, he
I
didn't
remember
show
this.
up. Oh
He
my
didn't
God.
show up,
Yes.
and that is when
Riaz
we
and Starbucks fired.
and that is when we recorded the first Cock and Bull type episode. Even though there was like antecedents of that earlier,
The ending of the show would have the cock and bull thingy or something.
we
like
did
that.
we used to do AMAs and stuff like that.
God, we don't even remember our own work. I mean, if we
The
don't know, who
format was
knows?
like rant, interview, AMA, right?
Yeah, that
Yes,
was the,
yeah.
that was
And
the.
we'd
She's a
format.
closet lover of the show. Huh? She doesn't miss an episode.
She was also somebody responsible for making sure that the episode went out for 2 years. So
that's right.
Yes,
you should have an
exactly.
idea.
Oh my
we
gosh.
should give her a plug there because for 2 years she sat through probably had to listen to it a lot and all. And it
Oh
was
my
very
God, the
painful for
trauma
her.
I can only imagine.
And then, of course, putting her on as well. I mean, but I think this is the only company where everybody's been on the podcast. I don't know what it speaks of us.
Oh, I remember this.
Almost everyone has been on our podcast.
Oh,
You
hands
pass a
down.
vendor, whatever, you're like, please come in.
Vinay Nair, the first Cock and Bull was called The View. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was your wording.
Yeah.
The
it's possible.
View.
What does that mean?
In Bengali for view. I think I have a very strong kindred towards Bengalis for some reason because I think Bengalis and Parsis are almost, except for accent, they're very similar.
Not
You know,
Malayalis?
No one, there's not, all somewhat.
We're
But Bengalis and
amazing.
Parsis are gold, silver, Malayalis are bronze in terms of opinions.
Bronze?
Because we have opinions about anything, anytime. It's a great, if you want to be trapped with someone on a plane or what, get a Bengali. Because you can discuss anything. You don't have to know the subject. That's never been a problem. We just get into it, full on. And theoretically, practically, everything will give you. You know, that's special. So the view it made sense.
It did.
Yeah. Also, the view is taken, by the way.
Correct.
There's this girl called, what's her name? Whoopi
Whoopi
Goldberg.
Yeah,
Famous
the
actress.
lady.
Yeah, now right-wing supporter.
Is she?
No, she's not.
Sometimes. I'm just kidding.
She's the only
Sharanya,
left-wing
don't get all
voice.
feminist on me. This is a stupid show now. Okay, we say silly things.
I think I must fact check this.
I must.
I think she might. So, I mean, like all older comedians occasionally have right-winger reviews, right?
But Whoopi is on the show with Meghan McCain, and she's right
They have a
wing,
roster.
she's left wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they position themselves in a way where they
Yeah.
conflict.
Correct.
But sometimes the left and right also gets confused. No?
No, but again, like a lot of these older comics, right? They all go really high on, like,
Yeah.
the freedom of speech and don't cancel and this and that. So that
Like I
becomes
have a
the thing.
theory on Andrew Schultz, which I was talking about
Andrew
with.
yeah,
Oh
okay.
dear.
No, in the sense that, he just sucks up to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I like his stuff. But when it comes to Joe Rogan's like, how in India we have holy cows? That's his holy cow. He only says nice things.
Yep.
That's fine. But I just find after something for a guy who's pulling the nasty on everybody, which is what you expect. But Joe Rogan is the greatest man ever. A God's gift to mankind.
Because
the money is coming from...
No, and the career
pushed
comes
him.
from Joe
Yeah,
Rogan,
exactly.
right?
That's
I mean,
what I'm
like
saying.
Joe Rogan is where he got the exposure to do as much as he's
Which
doing
brings
now.
us to the theory which we were discussing offline also, that all these comedians, as they get successful, they sell out. From being the everyman, you suddenly become the guy who has to now balance himself correctly to survive.
I know.
That changes everything. Luckily, we don't have that problem with lack of popularity. So who gives a flying? No Ranveer Singh and no underwear here, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, over here, but on your other show, I mean, like you are very much.
No, that's
total
because
balance.
apparently politicians watch TV. Like I said, we tried the show in Hindi for 6 months and we panicked and shut it down.
By the way, I actually went back to the 15th episode and I forgot how super specific your rants were. Your rant on the episode was about how people let the phone ring for a little too long to the point where they should be apologizing for it ringing.
But don't you see that bad body language when the ring is going on and they're not even moving?
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it and the guy's not even slowly he's doing his thing. And I mean, come on, it's ringing. Get over with it. My good friend Kunal Vijayakar should be fined every day. In Spain, it was so embarrassing, honestly. He was the only Indian amongst us, to use a phrase. Everybody else was on silent wherever we go because in public, buses and things like that. Nobody else's phones are going off. They're all colors and religions around us.
Yeah.
And this one guy, bang, 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 like a fire engine alarm. And everybody turned on the bus. One day on a bus, in Marbella, everybody turned. And so in my bad Hindi, I'm saying, please, band karo. Why? So I said, why? Look around. So what? I can't hear it. It's ridiculous. Oh. I tell you, our culture, so much hope, but really nowhere
Does
to go.
Kunal still come back to the show and stuff?
He comes every so often.
Yeah.
I think we
He's our
had
12th man. When people drop out, we need a fielder, fine
We look
leg.
out the studio, nobody's available. Can we
Yeah.
make a call?
Listen, I've been doing this from MTV days. We just pull people in, all the time. About just conversation. We don't really want, Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
But last time Kunal was on, we had a great episode. I wasn't Mangalam was
His
on.
birthday? You did something?
I think it was it. It was his birthday.
Yeah.
Was it? Mangalam was on the same
Yeah,
day,
correct.
and so that was a fun episode.
Yeah. Because Mangalam and I are funny, and then you have Kunal, so then that works. I'm just kidding. But I like that dynamic also because if I go on attacking him, they all protect Kunal.
Yeah.
It's like protecting Kunal is the thing. Everybody on online protects him. The other panelists protect him.
Yeah, because he's the underdog and you are
Nothing
attacking
has
him.
changed. At rehearsal, I attack him, they protect him. At studios,
Of
I
course.
attack him, they protect him. In my house, I attack him, they protect him. And now here, strangers protect him. He's like this little guy who the world is his NGO looking after him and saying, don't worry, Mita.
The world is his
Obnoxious-
NGO.
Obnoxious Cyrus will be brought down. Yeah. Okay, can I tell you one quick rant about
Yes.
Kunal? So I swear on my mother, I've said this before all week in the show because of, advancing age. There's a girl who was stylist in something we shot 2 weeks back. So she took the measurements, young girl, 24. Yeah, and had to be stripped down to my underwear or whatever. And then Costa, my guy, asked her, how old do you think he is? So she said 37, 38.
To you?
Yeah. So I was like, wow.
Amen.
So then she wouldn't believe that I'm 50 and all that. Take out the thing, find the Aadhaar card on the phone and should I swear, you can ask Costa, he's coming up. That's how it played out. Told Kunal the same story. Oh, in England, someone said I look 42. You don't have to say that. Why do you have to say that? You don't have to. What is this? What kind of child? This is like 5-year-olds in a parking lot. Yeah? Who behaves like this? Yeah, really.
love it.
Unbelievable. And he doesn't look 42. He looks older than 58. His actual age. Enough, Kunal. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Cool. So what I wanted to kind of try and do, right, is get May and Sharanya's first impressions when they first met you, because they both met you in the context of the No, I think May you had met earlier because I remember, I don't know if I ever told you this, but when we were trying to put this show together, Cyrus suggested we should try and reach out to you and get you to be a co-host on the show.
Oh my gosh.
It's not out of love.
Ari.
I just
Amit was like, no.
Amit was like, no
Why?
money.
Who is this?
No money for a
weird-
co-host.
Yeah, what is this?
To be fair,
Why
we
we
both
have-
like the male-female dynamic, so we thought we played with that idea a lot.
We both really? You wanted
No, look, he's the
I
expert.
want only ladies to be coming to the show. No, gents, you please leave.
But who's going to do the audition? Not Cyrus. Yeah, huh? But the thing is, it makes sense. I don't know. Sometimes the male-female dynamic that works well is always the most pleasant to hear. There's a lot that goes on there, especially in India where men and women don't talk to each other. Even in upmarket schools, you have these parties and the men go gravitate to one area and the women to another area. I still don't understand why that happens.
By the way, I did meet you for the first time at Radio 1. And then I was in the afternoon show. You were with Rishi K. You came across into the live studio.
This was when Rishi
And
K
we
was
did-
fit enough to go into the studio. Right now, the studio is in Rishi K, from what I gather. No disrespect. He's huge now, guys. I mean, huge not in the way he wants to be, like on radio, but like literally. What happened to him? How did he get that big?
I mean, I guess now that you said no disrespect, it's all good.
Current brothers, we go back a long way. They love me. Not a problem. And if they abuse, it'll be in Tamil. I won't pick it up. It's fine.
But I was so excited to see you and have you on my afternoon show. And I had the biggest crush on you in the 90s. I was like, Cyrus is the cute
Now
one, right?
I'm about to die. I'm in the ICU praying for a few moments of peace, and then they tell me, yeah, damn it. Rishi, eat your heart out. We have to find it, of course, because it's really, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then we did the first episode together because at that time we had just started making
We started
Made in
Made in
India.
India. That's right.
And then we were like, every show that IBM was going to make had to have an episode with Cyrus, which was amazing.
And it's
Yeah,
made
that's
Made. Yeah, for those-
Correct. Yes.
You got it wrong.
Oh, I got it wrong.
MAED.
Yeah, you added an E for no
I
reason.
told you,
You should have stopped.
don't let me do
Stop
PR
being
for this
so
company.
good.
I've been saying it from the beginning. I lost Starbucks, a main account. What about Sharanya's story?
No, so Sharanya, I'd like to know how
I think
you remember starting all this stuff.
I think I came onto the show much later. So I was just I think maybe somebody was producing it before and I forgot who it was.
Naveen.
Naveen? Was
Naveen.
Naveen producing
Yeah.
it?
Before
So
Naveen-
were you there when Mali was there? I think you came after Mali left,
Yeah,
right? So I
after.
think Naveen was the producer from when you were
Yeah.
there.
I felt like in my mind, Cyrus was like one of those shows that I don't really have to do too much because I can't control it anyway and there's no point me giving an opinion.
But did we
So I
have a
was
serious show? I mean, was there some serious discussion going on? I can't remember.
No.
There might have been.
So Sharanya had joined to kind of do serious shows.
Exactly.
Right?
Something
Sort of
there
serious
must have been
shows.
a couple of topics
Well,
that we
no,
had planned where Sharanya comes into her own.
So let me put it this way, right? One of the things that surprised me after the first 3 recordings of Cyrus, right, was how unplanned we went into each episode,
Yeah.
right?
It's a lifetime of work.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, I can probably still dig up, like, the first episode notes that I made. How we're going to do this show? What are the subjects? What are the topping points for
Segments.
each of the subjects?
Rule number 1.
I had all of that written out.
Don't
Right?
work too hard for the medium.
And so that basically that's what happened. But I thought as we did newer shows, right, we wanted to be more planned and more kind of well thought out.
Research would be the better word, I think, because there's certain topics and all we want to go into.
Yeah, but basically not just like sit down in front of mics and just start talking, right? I mean, like have a plan of action before you go into it.
Yeah.
And so Sharanya came into, I think, like work on a bunch of shows like that, right?
Yeah. I think even for Cyrus, though, I remember like asking Naveen in the morning, what is the discussion? What are the topics?
You know what happened to Naveen?
Yeah.
Naveen was so upset. He was straight when he joined and gay when he left. Okay, that's what happened to him. And this is just, 2 years with the show. So this show has its effects on Sparsh, your texting boys. Texting boys. Sparsh came from Delhi with a girlfriend. And all Sparsh, muh dekha. Take a look at my young Sparsh. What a sweet young boy. Okay, segue unnecessary. Let's go back.
I think I only came out of the show after May had left.
Yeah.
And I think that was when the GST thing had happened. And most of the episodes is Amit explaining GST and me pretending to understand it.
Oh, so Amit, GST now, and you're triggering your memories. Amit in GST is a big proponent of GST, and quick to point out how we are factually incorrect because it's already there, it's there across the world, it needs to be there, how it benefits everybody. So he was, and everybody else, because we don't know enough about it, we just take the leftist stand.
Correct.
Ye aur bhao gaya isme, aur tax lagaya in log. So that's our thinking, let's be honest, as Aam Aadmi kind of thinkers.
Yeah.
So he was very quick to, and that's the thing about Amit. There's always certainly, once you bite that piece of Amit, he's going to go berserk. So you see that look in his eye, and he's not going to leave. Even if the podcast is over, he's going to follow you into the lobby, down into the car park, into the main road, and he's going to eat your head up over the factually incorrect thought of yours. Yeah.
I remember,
I learned quickly.
I think the first one or two episodes that I was on, and Amit was explaining GST, and I'm like nodding, like, yeah, sure. Let's get to Priyanka Chopra is dating Nick Jonas.
Wow.
And
Where to
I
where?
was like, Amit, can you tax interesting?
But that's why I like Amit on the show, because we suddenly go into a slightly more, there's a certain gravitas to him and his style, and it suddenly goes into a more intellectual thought process and conversation, and you're drawn into it because of your ego. So let's kill the jokes for 2 minutes and then go and have a punching thing.
No, but sometimes Amit was very gossipy because I remember the story you told that I still remember about some NBA dude who had a shirt with big collars.
Oh, yeah.
And there was
I
a
was
big
going to say,
controversy.
it's anything to do with basketball.
I remember Amit came that morning and he was like, so you know what happened in NBA? We're like, okay, I guess. And it was really salacious.
It was super salacious. It was the GM of a team talking shit about his
It's a racist
one
comment.
of his
On
players
Twitter.
on Twitter on a burner account. And he got caught as the GM of the
because he had shirts with big collars
that
or
was
something.
that was just a joke about him.
Okay.
He was a big collar shirt
Remember
guy.
that.
He was a big college.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Amit will start the NBA talk and nobody else wants to hear it, but we just go on, right? Amit, it's time we tell the truth. Actually, I don't mind. He's given us some interesting... and this podcast is... it's good. Just go jaisa feel, yeah? Everybody should say what they want.
By the way, this is like how far back dated the episode I was on, because the news that was around at that time was the Maggie controversy and Maggie that
Right.
you're getting sued.
They got banned for a little while. Nobody bought it and stuff.
I think we talked about like the Maharashtra beef ban at some point in time. I feel like that happened when we started the
did.
podcast.
It
Oh
did.
my god!
It affected you and me personally.
Quite a
Me
bit.
personally, I'm Malayali. We practically invented it. So,
Yeah. You just took all the cows from Maharashtra back down south. He said, follow me, guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
So those
wow.
are the slightly interesting, iconic moments in India's history. Beef ban, those kind of things.
Cyrus, don't you feel like now in 1,000 episodes that sometimes the same topics keep coming back and you're like, we've already discussed this?
No, that's not so much the problem. When they ask me anecdotes, which I have to repeat, I forget my own anecdotes now because I'm bored of telling them. But some of these guys are so good with it. They remember all the details. It's scary. They catch you at your own untruth or truth which is gone. Rusty. It's really not fair. But the fact is that the country sometimes doesn't seem to be going anywhere because the same stories come back, but with different actors.
Yeah.
So we have the same issues in politics, etc., etc. Same thing, honestly. What to do? Look at, Karnataka politics started it off with this whole, today is one chief minister, tomorrow is somebody else. They literally have 19-20 is the difference in their numbers. And look at Maharashtra now.
Yeah.
So these are the two great progressive states of India. Just remember that. This is 1 and 2, if you want to think of it that way, in terms of, let's put Telangana right there as well now. So these are the top states of India, and they can't get it right. They're looking like, it's like a freak show after some time.
That's why the format's so fun, right? Talk about whatever's going on in the world. We have non-stop shit happening in this country, right?
Oh my
and
gosh.
so there's always something new.
Traumatizing.
And while themes may repeat, right?
Yeah.
To your point, Sharanya, you might talk about this.
She was offended by Ranveer Singh's naked photographs. She's one of those women
I was
went
not
berserk.
offended.
Oh, you dirty girl! You dirty lady! Close up, please. Rishi, close up, please. This is not right.
No, but these kinds of things will the salacious Bollywood gossip, and then see again, we're always getting meta about this stuff. So then we'll talk about the gossip for 3 minutes, and should we really be talking about this gossip?
Why
Is
do we
this
care
something
about
that
this?
why is this something that's so important, right? So those kinds of themes, I think keep.
I like the moments when we think we've gone a little, politically incorrect, and we try to go back a little bit, reel ourselves back. Those are funny moments because you already said a sexist thing without knowing it, or casteist thing has happened once or twice unnecessarily, and then you got to figure out where you are in the situation.
By the way, there's definitely something that Sharanya and I discovered in 2020, which I did not know about.
A polite rickshaw wala.
No. I had a journalist friend of mine. I didn't realize this, but you've been an agony aunt for HT for over 9 years.
Fucking benching 375
Can
for 2
you
reps.
imagine taking
And I'm an
By the
Cyrus's
way-
advice?
I was like, Cyrus has been an agony aunt, and I had no idea the whole time I knew you. Cyrus, I was like, what? He's an agony aunt? And then I went and I read
for Bombay Times first.
Bombay Times first.
It's ridiculous. They asked me to do this column back in the day, 99, 2000, around that time.
Man, that's the
And it was so much fun for me to do that once I was coming off a flight and one of my heroes, Sunil Gavaskar, was there, and he looked at me and started laughing, which is a great sign for a comedian, For a politician, not so good, but for a comedian, great.
Yeah.
And he came to me and he said, something that he had read in the paper, some ridiculous answer of mine to some stupid question or whatever, pleased him so much. And I couldn't believe it. Gavaskar's praising me.
That's so
my
nice.
great idol. Over some stupid column. There's some stupid guys asking some stupid question, but I want friendship with this girl. What should I do? And I'm saying, why don't you leave your village and do your MBA or something like that?
Every time. And all of your answers. I don't know why you don't do that here. You should definitely give people dating advice on Cyrus Says.
We do. We have.
Do you?
Nivedita comes on. Hers is always about boy problems. Yesterday, half the show was that, And of course, they wouldn't listen to anything I have to say.
Yeah.
But we did discover that the dating skills of many men, firstly, it's changed because everybody's going online and on these apps. Okay, which I can't understand because then you're applying and you're lying and all that. You have to lie face to face. That's where you're tested properly, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all a lie anyway, right? Because you get exposed after 10 years. How are you and Sean?
Medium. I say I want to hug him and slap him all at the same time.
Oh, that's great.
I know.
That's love. You
That's
can't get
the
higher
real
than that.
thing. Yeah.
Wow, I feel like that was my cooperator. Because they help with the garbage, but everything else is crap, honestly. That sounds oxymoronic, but yeah. By the way, did you see the crater outside your studio?
Yes.
Please take selfies. People who are in this car area, please take selfies. It's lovely.
It's amazing.
Get foreigners to visit this. Forget Taj Mahal. Look at it's just ridiculous. It's hilarious. Only pictures can describe it. We'll put one up tomorrow. It's ridiculous. Really. And there's a rickshaw which is capsized and left there. Or it's on its turn turtle and it's punched in.
That I think
like
I had gone by the time I came.
Oh no, I want to stand right next to it and say, finally a rickshaw wala has been taught a lesson by the public. Enough is enough, huh? Andheri jayega. Okay, pat. That's like a suitcase. Rickshaw is now a suitcase. We'll get pictures. Rishi's going down to take the pictures.
Oh my gosh.
Achha, where were we? Who's the anchor, by the way?
It's supposed to be me.
Sharanya, that's another thing.
I'm the
Now we have
guest.
floating anchors. Nobody knows who the anchor is. They forget they're the anchor. And we have many blank moments where everyone's looking at the other who's leading the conversation. Nobody seems to know.
No, but so I was letting everybody have their
Democracy has its price.
I mean, but no, so I guess any special memories from any of the episodes? I guess that's kind of the theme of what we're trying to do, right? Today, we're supposed to get all
May had a crush on
reminiscent
me.
and shit.
May had a
did.
crush on me.
Yeah.
By the way,
But
there
why
was
didn't you say anything?
outrageous on the 15th episode, outrageous flirting with you, and you were like, yeah.
And I didn't get it?
I don't know
You
if it's
were talking
flirting,
because it was
it's your voice.
Yeah.
No, but I can't believe a
It's like
woman.
everything May says sounds
Sharanya, it's
Shaming
also
him,
low
Abbas.
self-esteem. You can't believe a woman actually likes you, right? You can't take it seriously. After years of them saying, like I said, the best thing I ever got from a date was like maybe, like, want to go out. So the nicer ones would say maybe and then never talk to you again.
Yeah.
You know.
No, so I remember in the whole episode, I was like,
Maybe.
oh no.
Sorry, go on. Huh?
There was like outrageous flirting, and then it just went in like a whole other direction because like everything, Cyrus has to be like potty, dirty, shameful, and then at one point, I think we were talking about like, I think I'm touching myself, and you're like, if you're touching me, then you're like, you have to let me know because I'm too old, I can't tell anymore.
Factual.
And I'm like, what is that?
This is factual. Sharanya, this is nothing to be ashamed of. Those women who
I was
filed
not
a
a producer
PIL
at
against
this time,
Ranveer
right?
Singh, please. By the way, why are we upset with Ranveer Singh's naked photos? How does it matter to anyone?
There's so many
There was a
people.
PIL fine.
Yeah, there's a
10 women across India have joined hands and said
There's a
that they'll kill
lovely
themselves.
NDTV interview where the person who filed the complaint is saying, we can see Ranveer Singh's bum, and Nidhi's like laughing so much. You can't help it.
Are you serious?
This is journalism at its finest. Imagine you
I
trained for
love
this
it.
moment, right?
Oh my gosh,
when you're
awful.
asking the questions, I can see his bum. Wow. Yeah.
How can you take anything seriously after that?
What a world we live in.
Oh my gosh.
You have riots and you're trying to appease communities and polarization and nuclear arsenal and war and all this happening. On the other hand, you've got the bum thing.
But I think if you focus on that, you'll just stop like living. You'll be like, how can I do anything with climate change? I might as well focus on Ranveer Singh's bum.
Wow.
Sorry.
We've got our promo. We've got our promo, guys. Lock and load. Joe Rogan, here we come.
So dark.
We got it.
Oh my
So anyway,
gosh.
there was one special moment you stole the show, that's for sure. No one's going to hit higher than that.
my gosh.
Hey, what do you think? This is the big one, right?
Which
That promo
I
line?
think it's great. I think we're like, why should we care about anything except Sir's bum?
Yeah.
No, if we care about other things, then we just won't be able to live. How are we to get out of bed?
Okay, now we're taking it too far.
Yeah.
We got the promo.
Let me ask you this: what Sharanya said aside, are there things that you can remember that Cyrus said which you thought might while it was going on, you're like, holy shit, this is going to be problematic?
I suppose hello would be one.
Yeah.
Once you say hello, you're in.
I think it's harder to find the stuff that isn't.
Yeah, that's true.
But the thing is, with people like me and Sharanya, is never a problem because they're talky people.
Ah.
I think the problem for us, all of them, all of us actually, is when there's a non-talky person who's promoting something. We've got a couple of those. Those are the challenges, right? Because you're full of enthusiason. By the fifth minute, you're dulled because you're full like, hey, now May is more into than I am. I mean, she's like this when the Zomato guy rings the bell. And it's not even for her. It's
But
like
the
for
food has
wrong floor.
arrived.
Yeah.
I must have
She's like, wow, Zomato! Finally someone to talk to and, whatever.
I sometimes give them a little chocolate also.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
If I said that, it would have double meaning. Someone going to say that, right? He's going to start making fun. Yeah.
I sometimes I don't know why I always have some little chocolate by my door, but I always give them a
No, so I'm saying that y'all spoil the show. I mean, when we have interesting, fun, see, anybody has got an opinion, something to say, full of energy and all this, it's just, the show becomes really easy. It's like talking to five people, get along in a bar or in a room or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's really easy.
I feel like I was looking at you and I was thinking, has anything changed about Cyrus?
My
And
armpit hair is longer.
I feel like you've gotten chestier.
I'm just kidding.
More?
I'm lighter. I was about 92. When
How? I don't know
I'm
how
about
you have
87
to
now.
keel over now. Like, it is so top heavy.
Oh, wait. I'll show you my this thing. Today I've done my peg challenge. And by the way, guys,
Don't say peg
please don't
challenge.
It's a peg challenge. Please don't try it at home. It's very tough to do.
There it is. There's the cancelable
Yeah,
line.
there we go. Right
Wait.
there.
Let me find it. It's there somewhere. I have to remember who I sent it to. Mishal. Okay, here it is. So this is the peg challenge. Take a look, May. I balance a glass of water on my peg, ladies and gentlemen.
You
okay?
did?
Yeah. This is a famous
Oh
shot
my
by
gosh, I don't know
Arnold.
if anyone can
Lee.
see that.
Put it up
Yeah.
to the...
I'll give it to Sparsh. He'll put it up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now
Let's
you've
reduce
gone
the
into my
fight.
porn section. Okay. And,
Anyone see that? He's balancing a glass, people, on his chestiness.
Yeah, of course. Now, I don't know if you can make out. But
Sorry,
so,
Michelle,
Peg
whoever you
challenge.
are.
This is what we do for fun.
It's
You got it?
amazing.
Yeah. Sparsh is not impressed. He's saying, get on. Ranveer Singh's bum is enough. This guy's peck. I mean, what's happened to India? India's falling apart.
I think there was one episode that I was on which got really heated was, I think it was Kunal and the three of us.
Okay.
And we were discussing
Subject?
a Simpsons Apu.
Oh, that's Amit. That's Amit. That's not Kunal. That's Amit's pet peeve.
It was
It's
so.
not my pet peeve.
It was so
No, it's not
heated.
my pet peeve. I was
We can play
presenting-
that episode. I'm sure
We
we've
can
got it.
play
The
that.
tension in the room was too much.
Because I'm pretty okay with it, but then again,
I
his
remember this
experience.
episode so
He's an
clearly.
American, Desi American. So it's
No, but
different.
again, I
For
was-
him being there and us being here, it's a different experience.
So individually, I am not that personally affected by the episode. I was presenting the point of view of the person who
Didn't a
had
famous
that.
Indian American comedian do a whole bit on it and a video on it?
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I can't
So
remember.
it's happened
That's what we
twice,
were
right? So once
discussing,
Hari Kondabolu did
Then
this.
they removed the character
event.
of Harry. What's his name?
Hari Kondabolu, he
Yeah,
did this thing,
correct.
and then the other guy, the guy with Andrew Schultz on
Yeah.
Flagrant,
What's his-
Akash Singh.
Akash,
Yeah,
yeah.
Akash.
He said, I have no problem with Apu.
Yeah.
And he did a whole 20-minute bit on that.
Yeah, but he's 15 years or 10 years later or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah.
So a little change in opinion. But they took the character off, by the way.
Yeah,
Apu's
they
gone.
did.
They didn't. Yeah, I mean, Hank
gone.
Azaria also had basically
He
didn't
refused
want
to do it. Yeah,
refused
he refused to do it
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
That's because he realized that lots of the events are from India, where he was being called to just say, "Ab pesh karte hain, Mr. and Mrs. Sharma." You know what? I mean, you get paid big money, you say, that's the big deal. Yeah. But maybe they're also getting politically correct. They had no idea. In a sense, a lot of people have no idea. Causing.
You don't
disrespect.
know what's wrong.
So, have you seen this video that's doing the rounds of this guy who wears the Mexican, thing, the sombrero and the thing?
Yeah,
and what are
yeah,
those things
the-
called that you?
the cha-cha-
Maracas.
Maracas.
Maracas, okay. Yeah.
All that, and he goes
What
to
is cucaraca? That's a cockroach.
that's called La Cucaracha, La Cucaracha, la 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 la. So then,
You're still at the gymkhana.
I am. I'll always be there. I'm stuck in the 50s. Don't worry about me. So, so listen to this. So, what they do is, so he dresses up, the stereotype dressing or whatever, and all the white Americans and black Americans he asks say, "This is terrible. You're not Mexican. You shouldn't do this. You're making fun. You don't have the right to do this. This is a cultural appropriation." This is the big words Americans use. Then he goes to the Mexican section of town. They love him.
Yeah.
Everyone says, no problem. Hey, hombre, sit down. Everybody's good.
So-
So what the hell?
Limousine liberals, right? Is
Yeah.
that basic problem, right? That people, the overly woke are generally the overly privileged.
Exactly.
Yes.
So they're feeling real pain and great empathy, but hello, the affected lot are not affected. They love the fact that he's dressed up like a Mexican and he's making
I'm sure
fun or
Hari's
whatever.
parents were fine with it,
Yeah.
but
There
Hari
you
was
go.
like,
That's a
"Yours,
good point.
people are making fun of me as a child, so that's affected him differently. It's like generation also."
It is.
Yeah, true. Because Hari, by the time he gets in, he's a more set in America way.
He
sort of
understands
kid.
when people are
Yeah.
mocking him,
Yeah.
whereas I think like older people don't as much. They're like,
Also,
it's just
they
nice.
may have been away from people. You're struggling to get into the fabric of society. Now you're
Yeah.
in it. And you're a little irritated because the same bad accents are being done. I love the bad accents. I've been doing bad accents for all ethnicities since I was a child. You give me the ethnicity, I'll do the wrong accent for them. Me and Silvery, my prodigy Silvery, we've been trying to do north of England and we reached mid-England, Midland somewhere. One day.
Cool. All right, guys, I think this has been fun, and I'm so glad. Thank you guys so much for coming.
This is like my
for
Bangkok
this.
experience.
Wait, I have one highlight I want to
Yes,
share.
please.
Happening.
So one of the early episodes that I was on, and it used to be on YouTube for the first time then, not
Okay.
live, of course, just on YouTube. And I told my parents that like I am on this show. This is the first time I was on mic, so like check it out. And one of the comments on it was, "Sharanya is the only one who talks more than Cyrus." My parents have screenshot it and sent it to me, and I still have it.
You broke my heart. How can they say that? Sacrilege. No. Wow.
They thought it was such a highlight.
I think it's
They're
true.
like, take a screenshot. They didn't know how to take a
they're thinking,
screenshot also.
Why does this guy get all the reputation when we are suffering every day? I can understand where they're coming from. Yeah, come on, share the love.
All right. We have a quick video right now. We have some people who
This is
have
Ranveer
wished
Singh with
this.
clothes on.
This is Ranveer Singh with clothes
bear
on.
it. Yeah.
So good.
But thank you guys so much for coming for this. We're really, really appreciative, and hey,
glad
you
to
guys
be
help
here.
make this show. So really, really thank you
No.
for
It
this.
was
And we're-
awesome. Congratulations on 1,000. That's so
Congratulations on
many.
the 1,000th. Congratulations, Amit. I mean, the big dream. Like,
1,000 episodes.
you know, I've always still believed.
Should have
in,
stuck with him,
everything.
man. That's the difference between us South Bombay folk. We stay with the
I can't
we stay
say the
with train.
gymkhana continuously, but like I still admire Amit and everything that he's been doing, and Cyrus Says is like a real testament of
No,
like
this
how
is-
long this has lasted.
She's
So,
right.
like,
Let's not take credit for. Firstly, you shouldn't take credit for such a crappy show. But secondly, it's completely him. Without him, there'll be nothing. You know what? I come and do my
I
thing. We all do
agree.
our thing, and we go off. This is his dream to do podcasting and put it somewhere.
Yeah.
So one day I want his statue up and his posters. I want the Maharashtra Chief Minister's
headphones.
poster.
I swear to you,
next to
Flora
that.
Fountain, Cyrus will be like, what is happening over there?
Aren't you sick of seeing the bureaucrats and ministers and the chamchas of theirs? They put their heads in varying sizes depending, but the chamcha's there. Who the hell he is? This is Kapil Sharma wishing Mukhyamantri the best for his birthday. I mean,
Oh my God, we should get a board, like a those for
we should have the podcast king. We should call him that. He should be there. And anyway, Amit looks like a very prominent politician, so no one's going to pull it down. Beta, maine karega. Pata nahi kaun hai, maine karega.
Oh my gosh.
That probably is the one reason why it would work.
Oh, we're safe. Just don't.
as Amit,
Hey,
that's
Amit,
it.
don't lose weight. Okay. It's called insurance, mate.
Thank you. So glad I know.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Video.
We have a video. We have a video which is our guests who have wanted to say congratulations to Cyrus.
All right. I can't wait for the sarcasm. Kripaya dhyan dijiye.
Cyrus Brocha. It's a name that a lot of us in the quote-unquote industry have expected to stop. Every year, we think, okay, he's done now. He's done enough. But every year, he keeps existing. And now he's done 1,000 episodes of his show, Cyrus Says. And it's called Cyrus Says because he says stuff and people listen. I expected it to last about 996 episodes less, and I have grown to really like the show. And one of the big reasons is because Cyrus has started listening, which is amazing. There are all those other people who keep trying to talk to him in the middle. I don't know why they're there. Just let him do his thing and let him talk. Let him speak the words that he wants to speak. He steps out of his house every day. All he wants to do is just to be listened, like I'm doing right now, locked up in one of the rooms in my house before somebody opens the door and says, "What are you doing inside?" Anyway, congratulations on 1,000 episodes. It's amazing. I look forward to at least 7 more at a minimum. Let's hope for. Congrats.
Congratulations, Cyrus, on 1,000 episodes of your podcast. A podcast aptly titled Cyrus Says and not Cyrus Listens, because that would be a lie. Mr. Brocha is nothing if not self-deprecatory and self-aware. And the one thing I've realized is if you want to have a conversation with him, just speak while he's taking a breath, because that's the only way you'll get a word in edgeways.
Hey, big congratulations to the entire team of Cyrus Says for completing 1,000 episodes. That's a big milestone, I feel. You guys have been doing an amazing work. Keep rocking, keep up the good work. Hopefully, we will meet you someday.
Congratulations, 1,000 episodes of Cyrus Says. Congratulations to you, Cyrus. Congratulations to Amit, everybody at IBM, and what a show you guys have got. It's just a fantastic show, Cyrus Says. And how you managed to get all those stars. And you managed superstars on your show. I mean, you've managed to get people like Ruskin Bond and me, Vishwas Nangre Patil and me, Siddharth Roy Kapoor and me, and Tushar Kapoor and me, William Dalrymple and me, Chunky Pandey and me, Kabir Bedi and me, Shreya Pilgaonkar and me, Remo Fernandez and me. So out of 1,000 episodes, I think 800 episodes I've been your guest. So I think a lot of credit goes to me as well for the success of your show. And Cyrus, with 1,000 shows, I'm sure you're making tons of money. So it's time you also started paying for your own meals, because I'm completely broke by now. Congratulations, everybody. 1,000 shows, Cyrus Says.
Cyrus, it is crazy that you have reached 1,000 episodes, because you're someone I grew up watching. And frankly, at the rate and speed you were going at that time, I was like, he's gonna fizzle out and die anytime now. My sympathies to everyone who's been listening for the first 1,000, and condolences for everyone who will listen to the remaining 1,000.
1,000 episodes only? It seems like I've been listening to it for a while now. In fact, now I know everything about Cyrus's life, and that tells a little more about my life than his. But be that as it may, I've been listening to it from the time there was May as a producer. Amit was also on a couple of these early shows. Then came Abbas. There was Naveen. There's been so many changes. Just the kind of changes that we've seen in the Indian cricket team as well for captaincy. But one thing that has stayed consistent through the 1,000 episodes is that show has added zero value. I've been trying hard, listening to it religiously to find some value, and turns out I'm disappointed every single time. Maybe it's preparing me for the proverbial Achhe Din which never came, but it's a great habit. And the only thing worse than Cyrus's podcast is Lower Parel's traffic, and which is why maybe I listen to it.
Sorry, guys. I have a tear in my eye. No. It's just sweat. It's just sweat because Rishi's put the AC on high. Everybody else here has a problem. Oh, now we've got the heavyweights. I am now the lightest guy in the room. Finally, 87 kilos is nothing. I'm like a dietitian here. It's unbelievable. Let's look around. Amit is still here, obviously, with us. And look who's joined us.
In a shirt, Cyrus. I dressed up.
I was going to go towards.
You were talking about Sravan too.
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, we'll go with you. But before we go to Sravan, since you mentioned, we'll go into Abbas first. Abbas is wearing a pant without being.
I
vulgar.
always wear pants.
No, he wears short pants. These are proper trousery jean pants, whatever they are. So is it because of the occasion?
Yeah.
Wow, what respect, Amit. He dressed up for the 1,000th episode. I mean,
he should.
For me, this is... In India, when you dress up, that means you respect something. It's very clear, 100%. Shaman, on the other hand, for 15 years, he's been our sound guy running around, always wearing either cut sleeve or track top, looking like a gunda or a rapper from Bandra. Who's, by the way...
Wow, people think he's Hrishi, guys.
The most violent employee. I'm an impulsive guy.
True.
I have lots of trouble on the roads and all. This is the most violent employee in the history of Khar, Bandra area. Bossy, IBM की बात नहीं है, the full area.
I remember we used to put out small snippets of the CCTV camera videos early in the day, and people in the comments would be like, "Wow, I didn't know you guys had a bodyguard in the studio."
Yeah. I think at his when he was at his best, I don't know if he's lifting now, is twice my size and lifting twice the weight. A proper power lifter. Wasted in IBM. Wasted, I would think, as an editor. Put him back where he belongs, in the fucking gym. Yeah.
We should officially introduce him. Shravan
we should.
Is our audio engineer.
Yeah, and after this big introduction, a soft voice will come out. I'm almost gay, but I don't know it yet, kind of, and no disrespect. If you are, it's great. Bol beta, what are your feelings about this journey of Fanta? Of course, you had no thoughts about it, so you're under pressure.
So, your first impression, right? So, you remember TFG?
Yes.
So, back then, I used to be the recording engineer, and I was recording. So, you suddenly came in before time, right? So
joke number one.
Well, also it's par for the course, right? You being early is not
exactly.
surprising.
No, but he had to put it there because it's irritating a lot of employees that Brocha comes before the time given, which is something they don't like. Yeah.
Did you ask Cyrus to leave the studio when he suddenly came in for the TFG recording?
He's never been rude.
Oh, of course, he's like,
I was recording.
That's because I interrupted the recording. But
right.
He's not. He's a very sweet guy. Only with the bike in the car, don't fight him.
Yeah.
Those are the only time when he goes berserk.
Also, second thing was, I saw you very quiet. Like in your Valentine episode with your wife. Yeah. Before that, I used to think, energy, kitna matlab.
Wow. He's really pulling me down.
He's held on to these
First coming early, then failure at romance. He's bringing out all the problems. Wait, that's enough of him. Abbas, you talk.
I'm supposed to be the co-host for this
No,
session.
but first you were a producer.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, first I was a fan, Cyrus.
Really?
Yes. Cyrus Says was the first Indian podcast.
This is ageism, by the way. No one's going to say nice things. I got to figure out what the sinister point is in all this.
No, episode 27, I think it was when Kunal Rao came on, and that was the first time I heard.
Kunal Rao's come more than once.
Yeah, but his very first appearance. Okay. And he had shared it on his Twitter that he's been on a podcast.
Well, otherwise, how will he know about me? Exactly. Shravan and Abbas only on the internet, television, radio. You even know what that is.
I'm in my early 30s. I'm the perfect age for the fandom who saw you on MTV
that's
Bakra
true.
and all of that, which we have talked about a lot. And I was friends with Naveen, and me and Naveen were in an improv group together called the Etcetras, which also had Hazel Keech. And
Yuvraj's wife,
yes,
right?
Yes.
See, I know my cricket. Boss.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not strictly speaking cricket, but beyond the boundary.
Yeah. So Naveen used to come in to do a joke show that we used to do way back. I forgot what it was called. Govind Men. It was Cock and Bull.
Eat, Sleep,
before.
Joke, Repeat.
Yes, Eat, Sleep, Joke, Repeat. Do not look this up because the comedians are not very proud of the jokes that they crack.
Their original jokes written and performed, is it?
So
Yes.
what it was if you remember, you were
I remember
also
the title.
You were a guest on it too. So basically, each of these folks gave a topic, and all of the rest of the comedians would write a joke on that particular topic.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
excellent.
then Naveen was then officially hired by IVM, and he started producing your show. And when I joined, he was producing the show, and it always seemed very chaotic from the outside. I'm like, how do you to manage Cyrus, the topics, the guests.
Naveen
and
was
all
very
of it.
calm as a producer.
Exactly. Which
I find huge difference in Naveen as a performer. He's like the dangerous guy.
Okay.
He's going to powder keg about to explode at any point.
Yeah.
But as a producer, he was trying to.
He's always
very mature.
Had everything in place. And so when Naveen was about to leave, or I think Naveen had got a lot of shows, so then
just to interrupt, Sahil Caffrey is saying Hazel Keech is beautiful. That's the kind of support we need on the show. I mean, why? Men are so empty.
So then I took over the show, and I remember I took over the show during the rains, and the first guest I got on the show was Gaurav Gira, and it was raining very heavily that day, but somehow he did show up. And the first few guests were a task because it was raining cats and dogs.
And it's not Shah Rukh Khan, so they're like, I don't know. You find someone else. So Hazel Keech came, and now he thinks she's beautiful. Sahil.
No, but I think also back then we were in like everything in studio, right? We did not have a remote as a. We didn't even consider.
We didn't know about disease. Nobody had a mask. Nothing. So nice in those days. So hug and kiss, share glasses. All gone, really. But going back to your first guest was Gaurav.
First guest was Samira Kanwar, but the conversations for that had already happened.
I remember, Amit.
Gaurav Gira was the first guest I initiated and then got him on, got in touch and got him on the show. So but my favorite would remain the 300th episode with Nikhil Chinnappa and Malaika Arora in the studio.
Malaika came with a bodyguard.
With a bodyguard, yes.
That was enough for me. I was like, good, her life, look at my life. The guy softly parking and she gets the bodyguard. There's two different stories, We left
and you came into the studio that day. Malaika was already here, and you were like,
she lives behind the building.
You were like, I remember Malaika, but Nikhil has changed. Pointing at his at a bodyguard.
Unnecessary Abbas, really. Listen, I'm very fond of Nikhil. I make a lot of fun of him. It's like Kunal. So please don't misunderstand. I'm going to Bangalore on Friday. I'm going to be very careful. There'll be Kurgi boys standing and they'll come here, brocha.
Shravan, do you remember any memories from
Shravan,
the show?
let me explain Shravan before he talks. Shravan is an excellent thing when you're working with low quality and mediocrity. He just tunes out. He comes in, he tunes out. He tunes in if you touch his bike downstairs. So if you move his bike downstairs, he tunes in.
Then he will tune you up.
Oh, yeah. Then he's a different guy altogether.
But I remember that I once had a conversation with Sravan about the fact that he used to be playing PUBG all the time when the recordings were going on.
Well, the Prime Minister recommended it at that point, so I don't know if it's the wrong thing.
The Prime Minister did not recommend it. He did the opposite of recommending it.
But then he went for it. Do you remember the famous Arey with the Bangalore kids?
No, there was he was doing a Q&A with parents, and the parents said, my son does not give enough time to study. And his response was, ye wo PUBG wala hai.
Yeah. So it was a slight became like, but look at Abbas. Every word of the Prime Minister's is recorded by Abbas, and he can repeat it, which shows real love.
So it's good now we have this stand. You remember? He used to manhandle mic stands and mics.
Yeah, but he still does it, right? I mean, like when you have him at home, he can't keep the mic steady. The mic moves here. If there is the even if it's the stem, right? Like we got like serious. We got a.
You used to go mad about that, no?
I still
go mad. Dude, I got my physical.
We saw the complaint day before yesterday. When Cyrus is remote, his sound sucks.
What?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Day before yesterday,
it's your computer.
It's an intervention.
But it's your internet.
My internet, it's Malwa Hill. Well, I share it with Mukhyamantri, who today is Eknath Shinde, tomorrow may do the...
You have good internet in one room, you have shitty internet in the other room. But the other problem is that you screw around with the mic too much.
Yes. That's because it made me switch the ears and I had to do that full circle with it. I didn't even know you could do that.
Do it. Why are you touching it?
Because I have two. You send me two and I get confused which one to use.
It doesn't matter.
They look exactly the same.
Once you set it that this is where my mic is, why do you keep going like this throughout the show?
It moves. I have fat cheeks, Amit. Come on, show some respect for, this is fatism, fat shaming, man.
Literally 2 days ago on Discord, somebody said that I love your show, but guys, it's a real serious issue sometimes where your audio is not great. It's generally a problem with people outside the studio, but Cyrus every time is a problem outside the studio.
I think this Hrishi is put up himself. He's just trying to get back at us for making skinny jokes. Ridiculous, really. So Shravan is criticism number 3. I'm just putting it down on paper so I remember later. No? I'm going to move his bike myself. First come down with me, just push it 5 feet. Drive him nuts today. All right.
I remember my first interaction with Shravan. I had come to this as a producer. As an employee, I had joined, and early on I was a little hesitant to go into the studio even when no one was there. So I used to ask Sravan, zara studio khulna ye wo. And then one day he was like, "Kai ko darta hai? Bindas jane ka. Tera hi studio hai."
And
After that I was like, okay.
Shravan's body language, the one, he's very secular that way. He has no real respect for anyone. I like. So whoever the guest is, age, name, fame, whatever, girl, whatever, the same. Lack of interest in their personality is immediately shown in the body language. It's like that, you know. A little bit of disdain. I miss that. Rishi is too sweet.
Yeah, that's true.
And Rishi's a little touchy-feely, the women were saying, you know, because he comes too close and you keep your hands to yourself. Bro. I don't want a legal, case after some time. It's going to really embarrass all of us. Abbas, you and I are very mature that way.
I know, that's true.
No one ever say that we've done anything wrong, except Silvery.
Yeah. But Cyrus, everybody keeps asking who's been your favorite producer so far on the show. So
Well,
today
really
you have
mean.
to answer
I'm
it.
going to answer that. You all suck, yeah? You are horrible people. The only thing I don't like about producers, I was telling Amit, who was it telling just now, is that the enthusiastic ones, yeah. Because this business is not for enthusiastic people. If that's your thing, you should have gone into science or medicine or engineering or, where you use your mind and intellect properly. Yeah. This is a fun thing. You should come here relaxed. There's no point sitting and writing. Remember Anuradha Sengupta, the great producer from CNBC, lovely lady and all that. Our first show for MTV, she gave me 25 pages. It was a university show that we shot. 25 pages on Subhash Chandra Bose, the Presidency College in Calcutta. Walking up the steps and slapping the principal was 4 pages. I was like, what is this information for? And then, the background, how it is built, who the architects were, the first founding fathers. It was an MTV show where I asked girls about what color underwear do they like. Right on that line of, politically incorrect. I mean, I don't know what.
Well,
because she needed something where she was challenged. This is not it for those kind of people.
Everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people who want to do this kind of stuff, they are not as
fun.
No, they're not as quick on the things as you are, right?
It's not that. No. It's the philosophy coming in. The philosophy coming in is I have to justify why I'm here.
No,
I have
the
to work hard
philosophy
and I have
coming
to
in
do
is
all this
that I need to
pre-production.
be prepared for something I'm about to do.
The Sparsh hasn't done that. He's done fuck all, and that's great. He'll live a long year.
Dude, he fucking stayed here last night.
Cyrus, he didn't
That's
go
because
home.
he doesn't want to go home. There's a huge dispute going on. The girl he's seeing is grown a mustache.
Oh, really?
He doesn't want to go back.
Oh, which reminds me, I came to know a fun fact about Sparsh, and Sparsh has given me his consent to share this on air. So Sparsh shared that he's Manglik, okay? So he will have to marry a tree before he marries a girl. So he says...
Give Aishwarya's number.
No, listen. He's like, every morning his mom sends him pictures of plants. Like, which one do you want to marry?
So finally a guy whose social life is worse than mine. So you and my dog Mary, same thing, huh? Attracted to the plant in the tree, do your urine and walk off. Fair enough. Yeah. Wow, that's fantastic. Amazing story.
I think we should hear more from Sravan. Sravan, you want to say something?
Sravan, if you have anything, please, this is your moment to abuse and, get it out of your system, bro.
Say, man.
I will have to think.
So he's followed my dictate.
This is why
Don't
preparation
prepare.
is
Don't
necessary
prepare.
prior to coming on to a show.
Shravan, तेरे को स्टूडियो में कौन सा प्रोड्यूसर सबसे ज्यादा ये लगता था?
Who's been
You just want to be praised? Yes. Just everybody say Abbas and we'll move on, no?
Naveen.
Naveen.
Okay.
Who was the most prepared? Who basically made the show
I think
easy
by
to
now
make?
that preparation has gone out of the
Who
window.
made the show easy to make? See, basically preparation is to make it easy, right, at the end
I
of
think
it.
everybody.
Oh, really?
Okay, wow.
No one's going to say bad things about producers. Unless there's been a complete jerk. Okay, and Silvery is the only one we can really, let's be honest, point fingers at. Because he's always in Powai. Yeah.
Also, 3 of them still work here full time, and one of them is over here all the time, I guess. He's also hosting a show over here.
But to be honest, I've never had any conflict with producers. They've all been easy to work with. I can't think. Hopefully they don't, I live in my own world or whatever. Sometimes you rub people the wrong way without knowing it, etc.
Sure.
The only thing is I always drive them mad about whether they've reached. That is true.
But then again, I think that's not that. That's not.
I'm very insecure about Indians and time.
No,
Wherever I go, I'm always
there
call
is
the pilot and say, have you
there has been a track record of Naveen and Abbas and Antariksh. Not always.
Are you talking about last week when both of them were late for the live show?
I'm talking.
Well put, Amit.
I mean, but that's not the only one, right? I mean, I remember Abbas. I had to we had a talking about this, right? I mean, because it was like, dude, don't come in 3 minutes before. No, earlier shows were not live, right? And so there was a little more tolerance if you were if you're 5 minutes late, it wouldn't. But you can't be 5 minutes late when you're on time.
He tortures me because he realizes this is my one weak point to get back at. So when I send him a message at 8 o'clock saying, I'm like 5 minutes away or some ridiculous thing like that, he'll be like, oh, I'm just getting up. And this is when he's in Baikala, which is further down than I am, coming into car. But I don't know if he's, but my heart starts skipping a beat. I'm like, oh no, God.
No, but so I think that's definitely something that has been, but it's gotten better with the lives, except for the few exceptions here and there.
Yeah. Anyway, coming back to the fact of the matter is that as producers, we haven't had a bad apple so far. I mean, there's always a chance that we don't know the new guy. I mean, the bugger, he's going to marry a plant.
He's making all the previous producers look bad by putting so much effort. Like
No, he's learning. He's learning now. He's a North Indian boy. He's just
Sparsh, when we started
it's all
this show,
dikawat karte hai. Don't worry. It's all
when
done.
we started this show, there were no smartphones. Okay.
Oh, happy times. The other thing is we laugh at our own jokes. I mean, that's just so bad. Really.
Sahil is saying Abbas is the reason biometric entry in IBM. Yes. Something that Naveen still holds against me. He's like, this asshole, because of him we had biometric in office.
Grim Fandango is given a ranking, huh?
Oh, really?
Sparsh, Celebratory, Sravan.
Sparsh is number one all of a sudden.
Yeah.
What?
Or it might be reverse. It might be a ranking of reverse. Number one as in the worst.
But just because he can play guitar.
Well, half of them can play guitar who've been in these studios.
Yes.
Rishi's a musician.
Antariksh can't play guitar, I think.
Antariksh can't play his own organ. The doctor pointed out the guy at 29 has the heart of a 70-year-old. I don't know how long he's going to last. Frankly. Let him do more shows so we have something to remember. Yeah,
Yep.
Scary. Sravan, kuch bol na. What are your problems with the show? What would you want change other than the host and the producers?
I just wanted you to record like properly. Give me hot signals. Not playing with the stands.
You're flirting with me? No. What are you saying, man? Give me hot signals. Your dad's listening, Sparsh. Log out right now. Okay,
I remember there was one recording we were doing, and mid-recording, and I think it was I don't remember who the guest was, but it was someone quite important. And mid-recording, the AC started leaking water. Okay, so I could hear the top, and in the old studio, and neither me nor Sravan could say anything because you were in the middle of recording. Yeah. So just by eye contact, I was like, leak ho raha hai. And then I think mid-recording, he got a bucket and put it under the AC and all of that. So yeah, in some episode of Cyrus Says, while the conversation is on, this is happening.
So we are a third world show. I mean, now it's reflecting in everything, the background itself. Yeah, fair enough. I like that. Again, the question of Amit, you should answer this. Yes. Actually, it'll be tough for you to answer. Rank these producers?
Sparsh is number one.
Wow.
Because Sparsh is the current producer and I need to make him feel happy and I need to make him motivated.
Plus his life sucks being a monk and all that.
Also, I will say this. I don't think any of the other producers ever spent a night in the office working on stuff.
But why the hell are you in the office?
I don't know the answer to that. I just know that he did.
It doesn't warrant the kind of hard work you seem to be putting in. Really. I mean, I barely brush my teeth and come here. I mean, look at this guy. He wakes up 15 minutes before the show from Baikala. What the hell are you doing here all night? This is not the Ramayana you're trying to put together, yaar. This is some stupid bloody podcast with 5 idiots. Sparsh, hai koi jawab?
It's your clips only. What can I do?
It's only for today.
It's for today. It's not always. But he's done it once before.
Yeah. More than once before. There's something funny going on. Because I don't know about this whole Me Too thing that goes on in car. You be very careful. There's a lady on the third floor he likes. She's 83 years old and you gotta vote fast. But once she knows you're a Manglik, I don't know how that's going to work out. There are no trees left in car because of the metro project.
Right.
Will a rickshaw do? Ask your mom. Will a rickshaw do? Marry a rickshaw. We have rickshaws downstairs. In the meantime,
shall we play the next clip?
Yes, let's do it.
Cool. So this next clip is a compilation of the hosts of IVM congratulating you on 1000th episode.
How many are left?
A lot of them. Let's have a look.
Kripaya dhyan dijiye.
Legend has it that when Cyrus started podcasting, he would just shout out and scream out loud and the world would hear him because they didn't even use mics then. That's why he's finishing 1000 episodes of Cyrus Says now. And all of us should listen. He's the grand old master of, not old maybe, grand master of podcasting in India. He still has much fun. He still is getting buffer by the year and I think funnier too. So make sure you listen. And Cyrus, 1000 done, another 5000 to go.
1000 episodes, that's huge, Cyrus. Congratulations and thank you for making the longest constitution a part of the journey.
1000 episodes. With that, Cyrus has joined legendary podcasters like Joe Rogan, Mark Maron, NPR's Planet Money. Congratulations to you, Cyrus, and congratulations to Cyrus's wife Aisha for letting him do that. Cheers to you.
Congratulations on 1000 episodes to the Cyrus Says team. This is no small feat. The couple of times that Nisha and I have been on the show, it's just been filled with manic energy that keeps us alive for several hours after. So we hope this energy drags you guys to another 1,000 episodes. Congrats again.
Cyrus Says is completing 1,000 episodes of its podcast. Mr. Cyrus Brocha, you are a force to be reckoned with in your true crazy wacky style. You are amazing. And please keep doing this, keep entertaining us for 1,000 more episodes. I know you have it in you. Cheers to Cyrus Says and 1,000 episodes on IVM.
Hi Cyrus, Kavya here from News Kids on the Block. Firstly, congratulations on hitting 1,000 episodes. That is absolutely insane. I think it's pretty cool that I can say I've been a part of a show that has 1,000 episodes. And every one of the episodes is so special and entertaining. And yeah, I had a blast when I was on it. So congratulations once again and good luck.
Congratulations on 1,000 episodes, Cyrus. I was there on the show recently and I hope I'll be there soon. And you'll perhaps let me speak this time.
Cyrus, 1,000 episodes. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. I remember the first time I come onto your show. Super nervous. And I can't believe how fantastic it went. We spoke about your email address. Do you want me to give it out to the people? hotstat69@hotmail.com. In any case, it was a lot of fun. I'm so happy that we did that and then we did another episode together. Congratulations on many, many more. I'm waiting for the next one.
Hi Cyrus, this is Saif, Faiza and Ali from the Musafir Stories podcast.
We'd like to wish you many, many, many happy congratulations for completing 1,000 episodes of Cyrus Says. The true GOAT, OG, godfather of Indian podcasting. Thank you so much for giving us Cyrus Says, and we'll make sure we bring new subscribers to your podcast.
Cyrus, yours was the first podcast that I ever subscribed to, so thank you so much for always bringing a smile on our face.
Thank you, Cyrus. Good luck.
Baba, congratulations on 1,000 episodes. You have managed it. 1,000. I've been on Cyrus's show a few times. I still don't know what the hell I said on that show. But I'm sure it was fun. I think I've spoken with Cyrus once when he was not there. Yeah, it was just a shadow. And once, I think he was there, but he was somewhere else. And once, he was actually there.
The world is basically going crazy. It's going to come to an end anytime. Everything that is possibly wrong with the world is already wrong with it. The only person in the world you need to listen to is Cyrus. And the fact that this show has been running for 1,000 episodes should be illegal. How much nonsense can the universe take? But congratulations, Cyrus, on 1,000 episodes. When 1,000 things are wrong with the world, we will continue to tune into you. And we'll continue to probably hope for a better future. Or maybe just die in a less worse way.
Hey Cyrus, congratulations. Somehow I'm not surprised that you've been saying something for the last 1,000 episodes. But goddamn, that's some kind of achievement. Wishing you thousands of more on Cyrus Says.
1,000 episodes. That's insane. I can't even begin to imagine how many words you must have spoken in that time. So apparently, one can lose around 60 calories per hour while talking. And boss, you basically podcasted your way to a six-pack. Full power to what you've managed to do with this show. And for fans of a certain vintage, it's amazing to see that the Bakra guy is now more popular as the podcast guy. Congratulations, Cyrus Brocha, you mad fount of nonsense and joy.
I mean, the things people are saying, someone compared me to Dadabai Nauroji in the comments.
Yeah.
Whose statue is everywhere.
Yeah.
I want my statue, guys. I want my statue.
First off,
Sparsh, next to a plant that your mom approves of, put my statue.
Can the three of us first start with a huge congratulations?
Yeah, right. Oh, right.
1,000 episodes.
Oh, by the way,
Big.
before we start, Abbas has gone in the comments and said the last segment which he featured in was the best.
He said, what a great segment to his own segment.
Yeah, so
wow.
we need to do something. Really? But let's introduce everyone Silvery first because people may not
know the two of them.
The pillars for a long time. Vinay just left us because I think his girlfriend is pregnant and her husband doesn't know about it. So right. 7 months. So he's gone.
7 months pregnant? Oh,
that's right, that's right. And she's also 57, so hopefully it all
and they're having it out of wedlock. They're not getting married.
No, not really.
Hopefully
just somewhere in Bandra.
goes well.
but that's Hrishi, our producer, for what, 2 years or something? I can't remember.
That's Vinay.
Oh, sorry. Hrishi is here.
Hrishi's here. How did you this off?
Medication wears off.
Cyrus just had a casual conversation with Vinay before this.
I had Abbas on last. You know what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
So that
after great segments, you got thrown off after that
great segment. The old
segment.
man do it slowly in front of me. You're looking at a guy with a cap.
Yeah.
Why does he wear a cap in a studio?
Why do you wear a camera in the studio? Why are you?
He told me
you
it
have
was
such
raining.
luscious hair. He has like Sparsh level hair.
This flirting on the show has to
But he does.
Second
He
segment,
does.
third segment, we've got to
Yeah,
start.
correct. Everyone has flirting with you.
I know we're desperate for female company, but what's going on here, guys?
I know.
Okay,
Didn't May tell you she had a crush on you when she first met you?
She also sat on my lap throughout the show. It was embarrassing.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Yeah. Oh, you got a huge lap.
The Ranveer Singh
Across
ladies are writing immediately. What? Rishi, let's talk about you. Vinay is
Do you like Ranveer Singh and his body?
Nude photos of Rishi to be
I
seen.
saw them.
You saw them?
Yeah, we
He's
saw
actually
them.
answering the question.
Yeah,
This is the guest of
we
a
all
lifetime.
saw them.
Let's get them on.
We all have them on our phone.
Can we just describe this?
You heard what he said? He's like, we all have them on our phones.
My phone has other photographs. I won't get into it. But Rishi, a little background. People don't know you, but you're like the pillar of the show because you're. How do you describe yourself?
I think, like you said, I'm the most important part of the show.
I agree.
How would you?
Cyrus and Rishi cannot be replaced. I think Rishi after you has
Actually, Cyrus can be replaced. At the moment, Rishi really can't.
He really can't be.
He also takes the job seriously.
The thing is also, he first person to reach before you very often, right?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
And he comes from Panvel, my good friend.
Yeah. Like
Also, he
couple
sets
of
up
days.
everything over
Yeah.
here.
He sets up everything. He polishes the door handles.
Also,
he cleans the toilets.
I think what happened right in the middle, we didn't really appreciate Rishi's value.
And we still don't.
Once or twice. No. Once or twice, he was on leave for whatever reason.
No, I was ill.
He was ill. You're ill now? He's ill all the time. But
You're saying that, Sylvie.
yeah,
You might share it with the
I guess, yes. Someone I can say that.
Yeah, someone who just came from illness.
So once or twice someone else had to handle this, and there were so many problems.
Name the fuckers.
Can't. We don't want to.
But I'm going to describe. How do we? Okay, so Rishi, tell us about your background. No one knows about you. We know a little bit about Vinay. We know nothing about you.
So
I got
How
up
do you
this
come here?
morning.
Why are you here? Why do you work here? Why didn't you do better things with your life, for example?
Yeah, I didn't get another job, so I'm still here.
Very good.
Very
answer.
realistic.
Everyone will buy it immediately. But you're also a musician. I keep saying that, but we don't know about your music really.
No, I just produce music.
You produce.
Yeah.
So you're like, what's that guy's name? The Quincy Jones.
Harvey
right?
Weinstein.
No.
Him too. You're the Quincy Jones of
the Michael Jackson.
Panvel area. You're Michael Jackson now.
He's the next
One minute. What is this? You go to a children's school and teach or something?
No. I don't do that.
He's the next Eric Pillai.
Who was that? Who was
Oh.
No, Eric
Who was
Pillai is
Beatles'
an
manager?
engineer, sound
Who was
engineer.
Beatles' manager?
George Epstein.
No, that's not right.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Did he have that island also? He also had that island thing.
Same name.
Oh, really? George Epstein?
Yeah.
No, the person who died, what is his name? Eric Epstein. No, what? I'm just
let's
naming
move on.
Epsteins now. Okay.
But one sec, he's not telling us about himself.
Is he?
What?
He's a musician.
Yeah.
He produces
Okay.
music.
So,
and Vinay also is a music producer.
Vinay, you also
Yeah.
a music producer?
Yeah, I'm a ghost producer.
Ghost producer? Oh, okay.
He used to work for
He
Rishi.
doesn't take
He kills
credit.
people. What a great name for a murderer.
He worked.
I kill people there. I produce ghosts.
Baba, he used to work for Rishi K.
Yeah,
And he's dead now. Rishi.
No. It's just that they've got somebody else to work in the house now. So he moved.
There is no one to.
Can we mention where you're working now? Because you're doing really well.
We can.
So he's at a very big media publication which ends with India.
Yeah.
The
Something
Economic
of
Times.
India. Oh,
Yeah.
Economic Times.
Earning in lakhs.
India. Earning in millions, not lakhs.
Millions.
Really
Mul-
well.
Lakhs is good for
multi-millions.
now.
Yeah. And also he was telling me there out here is mostly men. There's a mixed bag of people, so it's much better.
That's not true. We have some.
Really? Have you seen our show? 1,000 episodes, 3 women. That's the reason.
Yeah.
People are laughing at us.
That's all who wanted to talk about it. Actually, others were like, guys, I've never been on that show.
Okay,
Without
Sylvie,
denying
you're
it.
not doing the hosting thing. You've got to ask Rishi and Vinay their anecdotes and moments.
Rishi, anecdotes and
while
moments.
you and I go and urinate.
Okay, so see, I know.
like when I joined IVM, I think Antariksh was just getting on as a producer.
Yeah.
And when
I
you named
just
him
got
Silvery, I
Yes.
was in that room.
I didn't name him Silvery.
So the first-
His parents named him Silvery.
No,
But he made the
no.
mistake of choosing the other name.
Richie, they chose
Yeah,
Richie.
yeah.
That's which is a more regular
When
name.
that thing happened, I was there.
He now has
So
on
the
his
first
Aadhaar
episode
card.
that I was on, he was also
Yeah.
on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that would seem that way.
Yeah.
So this is a proper partnership, guys.
Yeah. Dude, really? Like the entire pandemic, the first person I see in the morning has been Rishi.
Either of you Mangalik? Because we have
I am. Sparsh is Manglik. I am Manglik.
You're also Manglik?
Yeah.
What?
Sparsh is Manglik.
Does your mother also send you pictures of trees in the morning?
I don't get that.
Wait, first he marries the tree, then divorce the tree, then he marries the tree.
Yeah, correct.
They have to work it out. It's the same
It's
tree.
a threesome they have. We got three-way.
So Rishi's story was, it was boring,
Yeah.
but it was...
No, it was just mildly told. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Because
So the naming of you, Silvery. Yeah. You must have told him I want my mention in the story.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But So we were like, I think we both did the studio from the old studio for about like a month or
3
2.
months.
But can I tell you?
And then
But
the
there,
pandemic hit.
he didn't play such a big role in my life because he was there, whatever, but then, correcting my mistakes with the mic and all that. But when I moved to the laptop and the pandemic, Rishi became the most important person.
Exactly. And the most patient person also.
And there is a lack of respect in a polite person which cannot be done by an impolite person.
Yes.
Because when polite people disrespect you, it's actually a horribly deep disrespect in a subtle way.
No, but really, Cyrus, I want to thank you because one of the biggest joys for Rishi and me every morning was seeing first Aisha shouted you because you can't handle your fucking webcam. And then after Aisha got irritated as hell, like, I'm not doing this. And from one day onwards, she did not come on. One day you tried to handle it yourself, failed miserably. And next day you started asking Maya to do it, who again, poor thing, very annoying.
I have heard Rishi
very annoyed
tell you
the entire time.
The mic caught it because you were talking amongst yourselves that now he's going to shout for Maya. And everybody giggling in the background. And it plays out exactly in that way. Cyrus, try this, press that. Now he's going to shout for Maya. Maya! And exactly that
We used to have episodes where you used to plug in the headphones, but it was not connected. And I'm like, are you hearing?
Just had one of those
And you're like, yeah, I can hear you.
Nothing's changed, guys. Nothing has changed.
Also, whenever Cyrus used to come online, he used to give us the
That's how you start your mornings. Every morning,
that's how we start.
Correct. Before Cyrus puts on his headphones so he can't hear our records.
but coming back to Rishi, so then we have the older guests, older than me also. All right, and then he has to handle them. I get because he's now doing the same thing he does with me with them, and he's sweetly telling them, no, just try it again. Just put the thing here, and then
Cyrus, I'll tell you. I just remembered one of the most embarrassing things that happened to me.
Don't take names.
No.
Don't take.
One of the most embarrassing things happened to me on the show. Okay, we had just recorded an episode with a very learned person, like very accomplished in his field. I won't mention who. Okay,
they were all big names. That's the problem.
Exactly.
I'm seeing him getting uncomfortable.
Yeah, correct.
We're all watching him controlling that old guy who's a legend. Let's say.
Correct. Exactly. So we finished the interview and all went well. Great episode also. And after the episode, I was asking him for photos of him. Like, can you please send me some pictures of yourself? Now he's an elderly gentleman. Okay.
So he has to send it and he has to post it to you.
Yeah, correct. So he has sent it to me and posted it to me. He's sending me like very old photos of him cropped out from like his main days and all. Okay. So I'm like, okay, now what do I do? Poor thing. Okay. So I feel like I text him back, sir, these won't work. Could you please send me another one? He sent me like 3-4 more. None of them work. Some of them like very 144p quality and all, like whatever. Okay. So I send it to our graphic designer who was Alika at the time. Send to our graphic designer as a joke, as in like a like a dumb, stupid joke, saying, "Man, I don't know what to do. This guy's such an uncle." Okay, like just very, very whatever. Like
you sent the message on text.
On text.
Okay.
And she didn't reply back. I thought like, oh, that's.
She was the daughter.
No. Turned out.
Wait. People are listening live. It's got to have something to it.
A minute later, I got a call from this person, and he said, "Why? What's the problem with the photo?" And I realized I had sent him the message.
Dude, I'm the old man with tech. I'm the old man with tech.
Go, dude. I have
being silvery.
Yeah, so like, yeah, okay. So then, so I
you never told us the story.
Dude, I was scared the entire time.
Does Amit know?
No, he does not.
We might not. 5 to 10 legends of the show in 1000. Okay, so let's do the maths on it.
So then, whatever. So I said, no, sir. You know what? Actually, I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it because I don't know. So I go back and delete the message because at first he did not address anything. Okay. After like 3 hours later, he texts me. You know what? I only work with those who respect the people who they work with. And I'm like, oh shit, this guy, oh man, he felt bad and all. And I started apologizing. I've never apologized longer in my life.
And Silvery, he's the perfect guy with the elders, no?
Yeah. Dude, normally I am.
GG
I am. I thought I was sending it to a friend and I was like being a little cheeky for no reason. I didn't have to. But I was being an asshole.
And after that message, what he...
So I just apologized a lot. Like 3 hours I spent apologizing.
Huh? Did he send the picture?
No, to whom?
To you. Did he send the picture back?
No, so I'll tell you. So he said, I've taken a screenshot of what you said because I deleted by that time. He said, I've taken a screenshot.
Why have you told us this story in the podcast?
He said, I won't tell Cyrus because I don't want you to get in trouble. I'm like, okay, thank God. Firstly that. Then he says, you want me to send you a screenshot? You want to send me a screenshot? He sent me the screenshot. It's a screenshot of my deleted message. Like your message has been deleted. I'm like, oh, poor thing.
If he's listening, we're not taking names. You'll have to tell me offline who it is.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Apologize.
Sorry, sir. I absolutely apologize. apologize, and I have just never done that again.
he
Like,
really-
I'm just
he
so
really
scared
meant it.
of sending the wrong message.
I'm surprised it's him, bro, because he's the guy who handles the. I always like him being there when there's
There
anybody
was a
else
low
because
moment
he's
in my
so
life.
polite and
The
well
pandemic
mannered.
had just started. I was
just
not
getting
that.
used to it.
Yeah.
All the senior artists who come on, Sylvie is a guy to handle them. He
Yeah.
handles them really well. He's pow-potting all the time. He's respectful. He
Dude, yeah.
speaks in a very polite way. So
Yeah.
that's all good. But then he's the guy who uses the afterword.
Dude, but that person really minded that, yeah. Like
Everybody minds it, bro.
no, but like I said it in the way like, oh, this guy is like, like
you just
like
sent it to the wrong person.
wrong, yeah. There's no explaining it. This is what it is.
Sparsh is thinking I'm number one producer.
Yeah.
I would never make that mistake.
I told you guys this, no? I've told you this before. I've told you the story before.
No.
Okay,
This was
cool.
the first time.
Nobody remembers. Okay, great.
By the way, Rishi has not said a word. He's just like normal in the studio.
Enjoying.
He's just nodding his head.
But Rishi, Vinay and I can vouch for the number of internet-related problems we've had with you, Cyrus.
Like the best episodes were when you were in Alibag.
Best, dude, the best. There's an entire episode, you guys can go back and look at it, where Aisha and Kunal are on.
Yeah.
The entire episode, Kunal is on the ground floor,
Yeah.
Aisha and
Yeah.
Cyrus are on one camera upstairs.
Yeah.
And every 2 minutes, the internet goes and Kunal shouts, Internet!
You're stuck.
You're stuck! Frozen! You shot frozen! The entire episode.
2076, when they look back at these things, if they're still around, they'll be like, this is what India was like.
Yeah, correct.
It was a tough time. And, BJP put us together.
And the entire era of like a couple of months where you were doing episodes shirtless.
I used to literally tell Silvery that tell Cyrus to wear a shirt today at least.
Like, I used to.
And I wouldn't tell you. I wouldn't tell you because I was like, man, what am I gonna say?
But senior uncle
yeah,
ko
senior
kaisa
uncle who I was. Yeah.
Like, it was early in the morning, no, so my entire family was walking around.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
They're wondering what gay
Like,
porn
you
is going
were
on.
you're topless most of the streams, and then you started wearing clothes. So my mom was like, "Hela आता कपडे घालायला वेळ भेटला का?"
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Like, इसको अभी time मिलेगा कपड़े पहनने के लिए.
Disrespect now from everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
really.
It's so,
They don't even watch the show.
Yeah, it looks like Cyrus has just gotten up but didn't have time to like get dressed and all. And he's the one who's been up since 5:30 in the morning.
Bro, I don't like sweating. I'm sweating now. All of you are okay.
I
I'm
get
the only one
I
who's
get it.
sweating.
I'm in a jacket. I don't
But
know
then
how you sweat.
I got these couple
I'm
of
in a
female
jacket.
friends of mine who told me, don't do that, man. Don't wear the. Not from any other point of view. Just showing disrespect to your own show.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, forget
I get
it.
it.
I won't do it. But that's not the point. I was just being practical. It's
Of
like
course,
wearing
of course.
shorts.
I
I want all our guests to be topless on the show.
Yeah, you have said it a couple of times.
No,
You will have no viewers.
Yeah.
You will have no viewers.
Maybe that's all not a good idea. Not all of them should be.
We don't want to get popular. We don't want to get popular.
Look what happened to Ranveer Bhai.
Yeah, nobody wants to see me topless. Okay.
Remember, there's one guy who's after you, bro. If your naked pictures come out, uncle this side. Abhi kaun dikhta uncle?
Okay, so I also remember someone has told me to repeat the story. I've said a few times where it was like in Alibag.
Raju saying shirt off, man. Okay.
That's of savage. Okay. You remember the time when Cyrus was in Alibag and his internet was like really spotty, where we couldn't record like the entire like 5 days or something. He was there.
Oh, that was the cyclone, bro.
That was Johnny Cyclone. Yes, correct.
Sorry, the Wi-Fi and that guy lied
Correct.
to me that he'll come back in 24 hours. I cried.
Absolutely.
Asked Maya.
You cried?
Because only Maya and me there. What do you? The cyclone happened. Everything, all the trees went and all that. It was terrible. When we finally got him after 18 hours, he took the phone. He said, by afternoon it'll start. So I told you guys, by 5, let's go for 7. Remember? Just
correct.
I mean, then he just played us like a fool.
Yeah,
and he wouldn't take the phone and nothing happened. That's when you realize
But what can he also
you're in a
do?
village.
But
You're in a village.
that's fair.
No,
But then
don't lie. This is what happens with
I'm not lying.
No, I'm saying why did he lie?
Oh, why
He
did
said,
he
I
lie?
can't do
Yeah,
anything. Then we'll tell you we're screwed.
Yeah,
Right?
correct.
Then he was still telling me to go to Gauri's house. Gauri's house because Gauri has more money than me. Uska house mein proper Wi-Fi hai.
No, she was also on the hotspot.
But she gave me
Better
some
hotspot.
only audio program happened without visuals and all.
Yeah.
I was sitting there looking at a blank laptop and poor Maya was getting irritated because of 13, 14-year-old girl is got this responsibility.
Of course.
And I'm saying, no, they're live shows, people are waiting. But what can I do, Dad? It was very painful for me.
how come Mikhail never helped you during this?
Mikhail
He
was in Canada.
In Canada the entire time?
No,
Entire
I
pandemic?
can't. That time he was in Bombay. Yeah.
It was last year this time.
You asked him for help, he was like, Maya, go do this.
Maya's the altruistic one. Mikhail helped me in Spain with the Spanish.
Oh,
he took
really?
over. But in the same way.
Talking to the ladies and all in Spanish.
What
and all
ladies
that.
it would speak to me? Unless they thought I was the help or something, you know.
Yeah.
That
But
kind
no,
of thing.
Spanish is a very nice language, sounding language to like flirt in, I would say, right?
Yeah.
So Mikhail is acing it in Canada. Yeah. Well.
Why have we gone to the Mikhail?
I don't know.
Ray is telling the story.
Yeah, so Cyrus, we've had like a very spotty internet the entire time, and we haven't been
I
able to
remember
record the
the
entire
date
week.
because my pal Anoop's birthday is May 14th. So
Oh, wow.
I remember the date also. May 13, 14, 15. Those are the 3 days.
Oh, really? You couldn't wish him also on his birthday?
That's I can wish him twice the next year.
Okay,
He's
cool. So Cyrus, like after like a hour-long session where we were just trying to get the internet to work and not be like shitty, Cyrus goes, so Silvery, why can't we just do this? Okay, I have my phone and I have my daughter's phone.
I know.
Can we like combine the two of them and use their combined internet power to use the internet? He sincerely said this. He actually asked.
These are the moments that you're happy you're alive, right? But you hear someone say that to you with a straight face. This is not a funny moment.
Correct.
It's a real moment.
I think about that like once a month. That thought will just randomly cross me. Cyrus was right. Why can't we do that? It would be such a cool technological achievement.
Because again, you're talking amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
And you're trying not to laugh.
Yeah,
right?
The thing
was when he's trying to explain to me that doesn't work without using science.
Because when you're saying this, your internet was getting stuck. We are just laughing.
I was so worried. I was thinking there must be some way two phones better than one. But
Absolutely.
It's a good thinking, right?
It's a good thinking.
Cyrus was like, "Can you guys hear me?" We were like, "Yeah, we can hear you." Then let's do it. We're like, we can hear you, but it's getting stuck. Yeah.
Rishi's got too high standards for our show.
Yeah.
We need somebody. Get Sravan back. Sravan doesn't care. He only used to balance the mic towards my mouth because I used to hit it and all. That's about it. Then he gave up.
I have seen one picture of Sravan where, like, an old picture of Sravan in the studio, he's sitting like this.
Oh shit! That's
Rishi's very invested in the show. If you notice, I know guys can't. We should keep on camera on him from time to time.
Dude, he pays more attention than me.
I get reactions from him all the time, which I'm watching. You know, there's certain like.
I never gave you any reaction.
No, you're that's your style, but that's your style. You probably say I love you also in that very flat Dhoni way.
Yeah.
I love you.
Like Abbas and Vinay should be really good friends, you know?
Like kids, they would have.
Tone is very similar.
We are good friends, Silvery. You were not there for 2 weeks.
Vinay and Abbas
that's why you became friends. Damn, Abbas took my friends also.
Their kid would not even have one emotion. Can you imagine? Both sides get nothing. I mean, like, I'm so happy today. It'll be one of those.
How great is this segment going, guys?
I won Wimbledon. Yay.
So then came, so the first few months we were doing it offline, right? We were pre-recording and then uploading them. And then from 4th of Jan onwards, 2021, we started live streaming.
Third is my
That's when Vinay joined us. I think that was Vinay's first episode.
Third pressure both, it's my anniversary. Fourth.
So I was
Vinay's first episode was
Says 500, 700 and now 1000.
Yeah, wow, look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've been around for so long?
Yeah.
Dude, we've all done, Rishi and I have done more than 500 episodes. Like close to 600 episodes.
But Rishi's main thing is that, and Silvery and to some extent Vinay, is the pandemic here. If you go through the pandemic, you're dealing with us.
This
is so easy for you. Come on.
Ayushi in the chat. Sorry, quickly. Ayushi in the chat. She says, also when Rishi laughs, his whole body shakes and you can see him having such a good time. 100% gave him the camera.
There's a science, Ayushi, to that. Can I take that? It's because he's so light. Everything moves, the whole body moves with it. If you look at the smaller animals in the animal kingdom, you notice that. Everything sways with that. You're like a snake. Everything goes. But he's wholehearted. But he gives you a lot of feedback and he gives genuine feedback. He never laughs for no reason or whatever. So whatever, if there's some subtle moment, he's picked it up.
Always.
And the pettiness of the man, whatever mistake we've made, he's picked it up.
Yeah, he's picked it up, but he laughs about it.
I made a mistake.
Always laughs about it.
He picks it up. Always. That's his happiest moment.
Correct.
Because he knows he's intellectually superior to us, but he never wants to say it.
True.
He says it sarcastically.
Rishi never get married. You could have
You have not seen him getting mad. I've seen him getting mad.
Vinay, बदतमीज के साथ uncle नहीं बोलते ना. But when I go, दादा आ गया. You know, nothing.
No emotions.
No emotions. We don't matter.
You're saying about the pandemic.
At least his
mother
is saying that I've improved.
Yeah.
Do your parents still watch this?
They were passing. Nobody's watching. Podcast, no one watches. When you pass by, it's on. It's like on up show. You know, it's not like you just
like it was so early in the morning. No?
Yeah, correct. It was very early.
Not that early, boss.
See now I'm coming here so early. No, during the pandemic, like there were times where he used to be late. I used to be late.
Yeah.
Like I used to wake up somewhere around 9:30, and sometimes I used to wake up at 9:58. So Antariksh used to do the sound check sometimes. And sometimes he doesn't used to show up. Then we used to call him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm in a
happened like once or twice.
What is this thing about you not being on time and all? Everybody's asking in the comments.
So again, this is
see,
I have been late in the studio once ever, and that was like 10 minutes late or something. I was then. And the only actually I was 3 minutes late that day.
No.
The only other time I've been late is once I overslept during the pandemic. I just didn't wake up. That's the only 2 times. You give me shit for no reason. Okay?
Like, only 2 times?
Abbas is the one who's always late.
Yeah.
You're just lucky we also have Abbas, so we keep getting confused. But between two of you, once a week you're late. There's no question. Sparsh speaks
once a week.
Sparsh is here all night, so he's on time.
So he doesn't become late.
He's a slow worker. That's not our fault. He's here all night.
Last night you slept here, right? Because you love the show so much.
Yes,
he loves the show.
Yeah. But did you really? No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No.
He slept here only.
Exactly. We don't know what that
he's saying
means.
he didn't sleep. He was awake all night.
Yeah,
He's still awake. Correct. Oh, he's decorating. That's all him. Blowing all the balloons.
Stop, you're making fun of a hardworking young man.
Yeah.
He needs 8 hours to do the hair. That hair doesn't turn
all
out.
hardworking people need to be made fun of. Okay, it's just they deserve this.
That's the hair. Oh, the hair is all over the place. You won't see him for some time, boss.
It turned white overnight. It's crazy.
Just a matter of time. It'll fall soon.
So much stress.
Get out of the show as fast as you can. Yeah. Superb, Silver. You're anchoring, and the way this segment has been the worst of the 3 so far.
Yeah.
Abbas has pointed it out.
What a bad segment. I'll comment after this.
You should put Abbas in timeout. The comments.
Okay, but Hrishi, you and Vinay have to answer one quick question, which is anything that you remember. Are there any things that stand out? Obviously, something really bad, but whatever.
Just the headphone thing. Like when we had that episode with Cyrus Saukar, like we spent around 6 to 8 minutes doing his sound check, and then we realized that you didn't plug your headset on. And we started the live. Then Maya came in and she was like, she just did this. He has been a rant.
In camera?
Yeah.
Vicious children, yeah. Why make your father look like such an unpad in front of everybody? It's unnecessary.
It's not. It's not.
God. No, without her, I don't know how to manage that whole pandemic.
You really wouldn't know.
It was patient enough. Children are very nice sometimes.
So my favorite thing on like Cyrus was the police episode that we did with
Nangre Patil. Vishwas Nangre Patil.
Episode,
Yeah, that was the standout moment.
But that is a quality episode. That's very rare.
Very rare.
You got a really fantastic guy, and what a guy he was.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so not the stereotype of any kind. I mean, it's difficult to explain what kind of person he is.
Yeah.
And then to be a guy who's a real bahadur.
No, the best thing that day was not a single like funny joke you cracked.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's got 2 guns. Don't forget, he's carrying 2 pistols.
Shooting down your comedy.
You did sublime shots at him.
Yeah. That's all you can do. Like about Marquez.
It's not like other books aren't good and all, but I loved his book. I just loved he was so candid.
Yeah.
You guys haven't read it. It's very candid. You can see this is a very sincere man. Very rare to find that in humanity.
Yeah.
No, not the right fit for our show, which is rubbish, honestly. Next time, please put him on a better show.
One of my favorites was Usha Uthup in the pandemic.
Oh, she was great.
Larger than life.
Sound was an issue, no? Sound,
a
because
little
I couldn't hear
bit,
singing.
but her singing was so man.
But that's for you and me, because we like the retro stuff, bro.
Yeah, correct. So, but Hrishi also, we also enjoyed it.
Hrishi,
And a lot of our fans,
Hrishi's a rapper. He's not
a lot of our listeners were a fan of that episode.
Yeah.
We got a lot of great feedback.
Usha is amongst the most versatile singers,
Absolutely.
whatever you guys say, in terms of what she can do.
Yeah.
And if she was a little younger, I'm sure she can rap, and all this is in her repertoire also if she wants.
Yeah,
She's not not like me.
Yeah.
I only want to listen to this music.
Correct.
She just opens up. She takes in. She can sing in 47 languages, brother. It's not a joke.
Wow.
I mean, Russian and all kinds of languages. And she sings them
hearing
correctly.
stories of you and Usha Uthup hanging out, drinking and all days.
And allowing me to misbehave.
Yeah, correct.
I mean, just imagine how sweet is that? Legendary singer and this drunkard. I mean, I broke a guitarist's guitar. I was so drunk. I took it was acoustic guitar. You can't F around when you're drunk with an acoustic guitar. I pulled strings out and all. You know how angry a guitarist normally would get.
Do you guys?
The guys were telling us next time, telling Kunal and all, Cyrus ko bolo, huh?
Yeah.
Ye artist ko jaane do. It's like bichare artist.
Correct. Do you guys still get to hang out?
Did you gift him the guitar again or something?
No way. Cyrus doesn't do gifts now. He only receives.
Garib aadmi. You've seen the standard of the show. No, sponsors come and go.
So what?
Never to come back.
So Cyrus will buy you the gift and then ask you to pay yourself because you did not pay also.
It's a thought that counts, huh, Silvery?
It is. I remember. No big fucking. Do you still get to hang out with Usha Uthup? Like, do you still see each other?
Well, now I haven't done an event with her. During MTV, it was a little easier because we did a lot of events with her.
Yeah.
And also that whole jazz drinking is stopped now for me.
Okay, sure.
So I wouldn't go to, but they would perform because they love live. The difference between, I'm not going to put down musicians, but I think both these guys will agree, is that the live musician, the guy who likes performing, that's the real musician. Because they don't want the studio. They want the crowd and they want to perform. Am I right, Sparsh?
Yes.
And you talk to them and you know that because, you get a Sonu Nigam or a Shan, they want to sing. They don't want to say, oh boss, mere ko aaj riyaz karna padega, mere ko ye karne ka, wo karne ka, bhi khasi hai, fasi hai. No. The moment they get that thing, because he's in his element sort of thing. It's like you in fashion. You go next
I gotta be flamboyant. You're talking about.
She's a real deal like that. You just ask her twice, events, whatever, boom, she take the mic and off she goes.
Yeah.
And she'll sing with anyone, anywhere, and she's the marketing expert. Give her the crowd and learn from Usha.
Yeah.
And as a comedian, you can learn from Usha because you understand the market is who you're talking to. Don't just come and say 9 jokes about Parsis, for example.
You're
talking to somebody in another place, another market, figure out that market. She does that superbly. Lesson.
Great.
Please pay attention when you
embark
on a career.
I'm
Also, if you want to look like Usha, shave. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
And do the bindi thing.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it. I'm going to break your heart. You will never be Usha.
Then like I also remember like Hrishi, Vinay, and I have like had so many meetings with Amit, without just the three of us also, of what to do on the show differently. Okay, so many, which now we're continuing into with Meghnad and Sparsh and all.
Rishi will come up with simple things like plug the mic in.
And that
press record. He used to, his voice would pause, because he knows I've not done it.
Yeah.
Did you press record? What?
All the time.
Did you
All the
press
time.
record? It's just little subtle things.
Did you press record?
It's a Maharashtrian thing or whatever, the well-bred Maharashtrian, dignified Maharashtrian thing, where they just don't raise their voice.
Correct.
You've got to figure out the angst. It's very 2%. And it's very, Vinay, you agree with me?
Like if I say it angry, you will make fun of me. No,
No, but this conveys more anger because it's restrained. It's contempt. There's contempt.
That's what I'm saying. I've seen his anger.
Yeah.
He's thrown me out of the studio.
You're a Jekyll and Hyde personality. You're Rishi now and Shashi later. What's going on? What the hell's going on? Really bad-tempered guy.
So
He kills people.
It's like the typical wife beater. You see the wife beater profile. The guy who
He's nodding. I like this. Yes, correct. Yeah.
So we see that generally the guy who's very submissive and soft-spoken, he goes home and misbehaves a lot more. Because he never comes out in public, so he has to come out in private.
Do you drink and smoke or anything? Nothing?
No.
But you beat somebody else's
That's
wife.
also problematic. That's also problematic. Yes.
Whose wife have you been touching? What's going on?
Wait, he used to drink. I think he's sober now. Is that it?
No.
You were an alcoholic.
No.
Give us something.
Give
us something.
After 1,000 episodes, he will start drinking. Today's
the day. Oh God. Lifetime achievement I shall get.
But Rishi never stops for any IVM parties or nothing.
Yeah, you never turn up at the parties. What is
I was ill even at the last party.
So convenient. He's ill at every
Did
party.
you get a doctor's certificate for bunking the party?
I think.
Not turn up, yeah. Really?
That's great.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Okay, enough of these two. Who's next?
ठीक है, चलो. It was very nice, guys. Vinay, thanks, buddy. Love you.
Oh, one second. We asked them how they would improve the show. You actually were going there.
Yeah. Okay. So we would have endless conversations
yeah.
about, okay, we'll start showing clips. Oh, okay, we'll start responding to comments. Oh, okay, we'll get more guests on. But it always still revolves into, okay, we'll get to the topics faster. But we still get to the topic like 20 minutes into the episode only.
So you remember?
None of that.
Rishi, whose fault is that?
I only do the sound.
Yeah, I only do the answering.
Yeah.
Question set up. I just want to point out here.
See. Also, Cyrus, I think the slight thing. We are co-hosts.
Yeah.
You are still the host.
No, now you're using this word.
No.
I used to get a mail or I used to get the thing on the
that's wrong.
texting.
That's wrong. Your name is still on the
producer.
thing.
Yeah, producer, real producer.
Are you getting paid for being a co-host now? Or being up on the panel now?
No, that will never happen. I'm an employee at IBM and I'm very happy with this job.
You left the ship, now you want to start the revolution from outside.
Yeah.
You leave the Shiv Sena, start your own Shiv Sena. Okay, fair enough. Unbelievable, these guys.
This guy.
By the way, Sparsh, producer, has lost interest. He's listening to some music and dancing in the background.
Yeah.
It's completely, I suppose he's thinking of his days with the tree now.
That's what he's always doing. He's listening to another podcast. That's why he's laughing so much on the side.
With the paid, what's this going to be like? What are you going to do with the,
Sat fere and then burn the paid. Like that'll be the. That'll be the.
All nature lovers on the show. But yeah. All right. So that was great. Rishi, you think you're paid enough for the show?
I'll tell you after.
Okay, fair enough.
He'll tell you no afterwards.
Again, he can't be impolite. So he's saying it sweetly.
He can't.
Yes. Vinay, we know you weren't, so you left. All right.
Wait for some messages.
22 is giving instructions to 30.
Yes,
just putting it on record.
This is how things go, man. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Stay tuned for some awesome clips from some of our regulars on the show.
How do you know they're awesome? You've seen them?
Yeah. I know the people.
Oh, okay. Pressure. A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's take a look at the clips. कृपया ध्यान दीजिए.
I have a theory. I think that Cyrus talking is a renewable form of energy. It is an unlimited source of entertainment. So what we do on the podcast is we just try to harness that energy when we can, because Cyrus is talking anyway on IVM, and that way we replace carbon footprint with his decibel levels. And I think that is a great service to humanity, and I'm grateful to be a small part of it. I've been seeing Cyrus since I was in college in Xavier's. He used to come to do his vox pop on the foyer and the canteen grounds, and we would be so impressed. This is how cool you can be in India. Do join in for the 1000th episode of this great service to mankind.
Hi guys, my name is Nidita Prakasam and I am a panelist on the Cyrus Says podcast, and it is an honor to be here. I've been watching Cyrus since I was a kid, and 1,000 episodes. Like, who knew that Cyrus had it in him to be like sincere enough to do 1,000 episodes of anything? 1,000 episodes and still not many people watching it. That's definitely something. We should talk about that another day. But congratulations on 1,000 episodes. That's awesome.
I can't believe we finished 1,000 episodes of this podcast, Cyrus. Just for comparison, Joe Rogan is at 1,800 episodes. So just 800 more episodes until you get that gazillion trillion dollars that Spotify promises you and Amit. The next 800 episodes, I hope you get to meet all of your favorite guests and interview them. Sarojini Naidu, the Pirhana from the movie Pirhana, Shakespeare, Pamela Anderson, and finally, Modi ji himself. We continue to remain the only competitor to Mann Ki Baat in the country, and for that I'll always be proud. Thank you. Congratulations. I love you a lot.
Congratulations on completing 1,000 episodes, Cyrus. You are probably the longest running podcast now, or maybe one of them. Congratulations for that. It's been 3 weeks since I started meddling with your universe, and so far it feels like I'm this guy holding a pickaxe who has been told to make holes inside a frigid lake, dive in and pull out interesting things from there. And the next day when I come back, lake is frozen again, my hole is gone, because Cyrus is the ice. So far it has been quite interesting, and I love what you have created here. Congratulations again, and I hope you do more and continue doing it for 10 more years.
Hi friends, this is Naveen Narunaya joining you from a small village in Assam. I couldn't be there physically, but I really want to congratulate the entire team for reaching the 1,000 episode milestone. Now finally Cyrus Says is as old as Cyrus, and it's amazing. I really enjoyed producing the show. It was one of those shows I actually look forward to producing because of the conversations, because of the banter, because of the madness, and now to be a part of it as a panelist. We've come a long way, and to 1,000 more. I'll see you all soon on the other side of this. Happy anniversary.
Congratulations, Cyrus, on 1,000 episodes. Yours was the first podcast I went on, albeit it was not the first podcast I got to speak on. It is both a national tragedy and an achievement that you're still around, and I hope you are for a while. See you next week.
Congratulations on the 1,000th episode, Cyrus. No one deserves it more than you. You know what I love about you? You don't rub your celebrity in people's faces. You're really humble, quite hot. The only thing I'm disappointed with is how bad a wingman you are, but I guess everyone can be perfect.
Congratulations, Cyrus and the team, on reaching 1,000 episodes. Absolutely incredible. And it does pain me a little to know that this will be the last episode that you'll be doing. I'm sure the decision to retire from podcasting couldn't have been easy. You have our support, whatever you do, as long as we don't get to see and hear you. Congratulations and best of luck for the rest of your life, Cyrus.
Cyrus, congrats on the 1,000 episodes, Cyrus Says. You know, as your only non-comedian panelist, I have nothing to learn from you. I have nothing to gain. I'm not hustling you for a gig. So I just get to come on once a week for now and shoot shit with you, and that is so much fun. It's amazing that your online and in-person persona are the exact same, which makes me 100% worry for the next 1,000 episodes you're going to do, but I want to be part of this train wreck. Congrats again, and I'm so sorry, this is not my chair. I have to go.
It's not at all.
I don't know. I mean, Ayushi, the last thing we saw there.
Yeah, Ayushi.
I mean, not my chair. She owns the office.
Yeah, correct. She does. Yes.
Go all communist.
Why is she borrowing chairs?
Yeah. This is like Amit coming in saying, "Oh, guys, I'm so sorry."
Guys, it's Malinga, guys. It's Malinga.
Malinga going on. Nobody should be rubbed the wrong way.
Yeah,
just quickly setting this up.
Yeah.
Meghnad, someone has called him. Now we've lost the. We'll find it at some point.
Yeah,
I just don't know who it is. Who's called him the Malinga of our show or whatever.
Someone said
wacky hair.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great compliment, Meghnad. How do you feel? You're a cricket lover.
I have no idea what Malinga does.
What Malinga is?
What is this?
Yeah. Yeah, someone had said.
What is the context?
Someone had said that this show has gone from May to Meghnad.
What a journey from May to Meghnad. Yeah. Tarun, I think
and Malinga on the way.
Yeah.
That's
Malinga on the way.
Yeah, I've got my title for the day.
From May to Malinga to Meghnad.
It's also Sparsh's official debut. So far, it's been a seat.
No.
So far, it was a seat filler.
When the ankles are late, Meghnad, please note. When the ankles are late,
he's a seat filler.
I won't point.
I was there for 10 whole minutes.
Yeah.
10 whole minutes. Not half. laugh.
Because
you know how much that means.
Kripaya ध्यान दीजिए, Silvery and Abbas are never here.
Again, see, why am I going shit for this?
Meghnad in fucking Delhi is there.
No, it was Ayushi and Akash both who were late that day.
I never thought. I thought that you guys are my substitutes.
Yeah.
I did not know that I'll have to be the fucking substitute.
We take the kid, give him all the responsibilities, and then he realizes he's with such absolute. There's only one word.
Such incompetence.
Shoots. We can't. There's no word in English. There's no word in English. I tried, honestly. What can he do?
But
he's been on.
Sparsh. I'm very impressed with Sparsh. So yesterday on our Slack, he sent this giant schedule of what is going to happen during the show. And first thought that came into my mind, yes, Cyrus.
So that was a thought. That was a thought.
So far,
we've kind of followed it.
It has happened. Well, the Congress working committee came up with the same stuff, and Rahul Gandhi said not today. I remember. So I'm just.
So here's me reading the schedule out that Sparsh laid out for this 1000 special. He says, here's the basic flow for the 1000th episode. First panel, Amit co-host. Sharanya, May, and Cyrus 25 minutes, which already went to like 40 or something. Focusing on stories / instances from the time when Cyrus has started and how it evolved. Yes, you guys talked about that. The realization that this will and should work. The experience of completing...
What? The realization of this for the show. I know the segment. इतना intricate detail segment के बारे में सोच रहा है. Will it work?
I mean, I am worried about this, but not that much.
But what presumptuous arrogance!
I know. The experience of completing the first 100 episodes, the changes that the podcast went through, and many more such memories. Announce upcoming messages from guests. That he did. That was done.
You sound like a Doordarshan Kendra employee.
Yeah, I actually have to write it down like that. Otherwise, these people won't follow.
These people have to turn up. Don't worry about follow later. Yes. Let them come now.
What are we, some followers?
Hey, Meghnad, we have a big question from all the panelists here and Rishi and whoever is in the IVM office right now in Mumbai. What was that phrase you used about a pickaxe going through some melting lake? It went over our heads and
melting lake.
I'll be honest. Started smoking early because we can't deal with it.
While editing it out, I need to be high for this. I wanted to cut that part out because I was like, "Ye kya hai?"
Okay. Next up, second panel.
Meghnad's a frustrated
high concept, guys. Please.
You're a frustrated literature student. This is not the right place for you. Yeah. I mean, we use words like chut and all that. What are we going to do with all this? Yeah.
Second panel. Abbas, co-host. Amit, Sravan, and Cyrus 25 minutes. Their in-studio experiences from the previous studio, working and dealing with Cyrus.
which we covered. Yeah.
Exactly.
By the way, I wasn't paying attention, so I can't. I mean, you had me, Hrishi. Really. Yeah.
Antariksh's takeover as the producer. The worst time of IVM.
It's written there. That's in brackets.
Yes, in brackets.
Let's just clarify. It's written there. It's not
it is
written there. This is what Sparsh is famous
for. The dark
for.
ages, they're calling it.
So has this come through via Abbas or Sparsh on your own?
Yeah.
No, I edited it. I asked people. I did my research because I was not there back then.
You heard all the 999
I heard all the truth and then I wrote my thing.
Taking panka with you, Silvery?
No.
It's not actually written, Cyrus. He actually thought
great punch. Everything, but
Sravan spending most of the studio time for the podcast. How he used to spend most of your time, and the many stories from that time.
Shravan fell asleep. He's the only panelist. I'll be honest. He was very sweet, but halfway through he had lost interest.
Yes.
Which is exactly how his body language is when we used to record.
Yeah.
You look at him, you get nothing.
Any episode you pick up, he's just lying there.
He's lying there.
All the sound guys, Hrishi, Sravan, they're all such like freaking bosses outside of the studio recording. So put them in front of the mic, they're like, yes.
But we discussed.
So good. He's absolutely right.
Silvery, we discussed this.
But Hrishi is fine. Yeah.
Abbas and Sravan from the same sort of Abbas, Sravan, similar sort of industry. Okay, so you don't get much emotion and feedback. But then you and Naveen are quite hyper.
Sure.
So when y'all are talking to Sravan, it's a totally different experience.
Yeah.
And his reaction is even more down. It's like, bro, this train's not going on time. What's happening?
Yes.
To kya? You know, it's unbelievable. We are wasting him here. He should be in politics.
I remember Naveen used to explain what edit has to be done for 6 minutes. Dekh, tu idhar kaatega na, udhar music. Haan, ho jayega, chal.
That's super sure.
About Hrishi in the chat saying that we should put a camera on him. Now I'm thinking a cat cam won't be a bad idea. You know these YouTubers, tiny cat cam at the bottom.
Don't mind.
They show something.
Meghnad, we've had a committee meeting about you. Don't mind. We think you are contributing too much to the show. Our show is like so laid back. Nothing happened in years. That's why we've reached 1,000. Both ye parivartan and badlav karke end of the day, I mean, we're going mad. Our show, it begins and it ends. We sleep through it, and isn't that a good way to do things?
Yeah.
See, See, Meghnad,
Me and Antariksh, I got to say yes.
Meghnad, if at the end of the episode everyone's reaction isn't, we have done something wrong.
At the end of the episode, if someone is still watching, I mean, that was for me the enough here. Sparsh is just
considering
Cyrus
talking
Says.
about numbers, we have had 300. We had 323 people watching us right now. Currently, this is the highest that we have touched on a
When
live
I
stream.
shout for
Rishi's saying no.
when I
I just want to
Let
say.
me make 1,000 special, dude.
Sparsh, when I shout from my window in Malabar Hill and say, "Watchman," I get 323 people looking up. What the hell are you talking about?
All the neighboring watchmen also. All the watchmen.
They all call Vijay.
323
Vijay is a
watchmen.
common name. You're right. Yeah.
People from other countries have stayed up.
Meghnad, one second. Abbas, research. You want to learn about research? Sun to sahi. You guys don't understand research. Bol. No, Abbas,
People
go
from
ahead.
other countries have stayed up to watch the 1,000th episode, Cyrus.
Yeah.
Name one. Your one girlfriend.
Yeah.
In your mind, girlfriend. In your mind.
Who, by the way, sent us an email without an attachment for the video.
That was for you only, Abbas.
I guess, yes.
How do you not get
What
the
is that
signs?
subliminal message here? I don't even
I
get
don't
it.
know.
So Abbas doesn't pick up on hints. It's like, hey Abbas, can I sleep with you?
Oh, hey,
what?
hey, hello.
Just straight away.
Hey.
Take me out to dinner first.
Okay. Say that to Sunshine.
No, he's saying it to you, Silvery. Just be careful.
Okay, fine.
And I spat on the mic.
Third panel.
Meghnad is talking.
Oh, sorry.
Realize what an awkward situation both me and Sparsh are in, because Sparsh is the one who did this planning for today, so congrats on that.
Yeah.
But you do realize we are in such a difficult situation. Our job literally is to increase your numbers. And everyone on this podcast doesn't want it to happen. So,
Meghnad, 1 second.
It's a bit.
Meghnad, 1 second.
What do we do?
Nothing. You just fudge it. You fudge it. I'll give you people to call. Now, but listen to me.
You just say you're working hard, but don't
And
really
you can
do.
look at this show, the first part of this show. Harsh is in a pink shirt, badly sort of not ironed and all. And the Bal is really not him. Okay, I don't know who it was. In 5 minutes, he's gone, done hair and makeup and come for this one bit where he's on camera. He's wearing a fancy shirt. He's ironed nicely. His hair is in place.
Just look at Abbas. What is Abbas wearing?
Abbas has lost 1 kilo for this show.
Yeah, what is that? He wanted to tone down.
I started
Get
at
those face
9:01.
Oh, great.
I can't believe our own producer who came with high hopes is now saying how cynically there's no hope and what is he supposed to do? There's no target actually at the end of the day. Yeah.
Should I read what the third panel's aims
If
were?
you're giving us option, I'll always say no.
Okay.
But go ahead.
So no option. Third panel.
You mean this one or the one
The
before?
one
No,
before.
his
The one
panel.
before.
This is
fourth.
okay.
This fourth.
Panel.
This fourth. The previous one with Hrishi and
By the way,
Vinay.
you were right. The second one was the best.
Hey, all right. Third panel, Antariksh co-host, the worst one.
Again, written in the message.
Rishi, Vinay and Cyrus, 25 minutes. The digital switch due to the pandemic, moving to daily and live episodes, tech issues, the eventual comeback to the studio life, new studio and its experiences, and many more. We didn't talk about
How many was covered?
Hey, guys.
Just the new studio stuff.
Rishi, say with Aditya Prabhakar, now, one sec, just put that comment up. You got to see this, guys. Because this is...
My producer ranking Abbas, Shavi, Naveen, Surbhi, Silvery.
Thanks, Aditya.
Oh, nice.
Oh, even though Surbhi never produced the show.
Yeah.
Don't argue with the market. The market is...
That's fine.
Don't
That's fine.
Now, Silvery.
Let's
talk about this. Meghnad,
let's.
Your facts are there.
The one
got the marketing research.
The one message that is in favor, that is not in favor of me, he has put up.
Yeah.
I would say.
No.
That's nice.
I have hardcore fans. I'll go to the notes.
Yeah. Very nice.
The worst doesn't mean that they don't want you. Worst sometimes is what they want on this show, as you can tell.
Yes.
Correct.
So, Abbas, you're the one who's in trouble. Don't be so good.
Our Sparsh is the best.
Sparsh.
What the fuck?
परसों आया है exactly. What is this?
अरे अब्बास
ये कल का लौंडा
I think it's time to team up against Sparsh.
You don't say you are the last on rankings and all.
Yeah, पर ठीक है यार होता है.
I miss the days when Silvery and Abbas would just send the messages themselves.
My mother has sent a message. Silvery #1.
Your mother? I want to see that.
Gitantri Nair. No, Gitantri Nair.
You're Antariksh Nair.
At the start, my mom actually dropped a message. Congratulations, Cyrus.
How sweet.
And followed by a plant photo.
Beta respond to me. Just tell him. Look at the picture.
He's not listening to me. At least he'll listen to you.
Okay, Vinay. Now let Vinay Nair, no one not from our show. Vinay Nair is saying Silvery and Hrishi were there when things changed drastically.
That's true.
Yep,
that's true.
Because we've been making fun of Silvery a lot. He had a really bad time in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what was going on. Suddenly Amit said, let's go daily.
Yeah.
I don't have no pressure. I know
correct.
Can't work, it can't work.
I had planned a trip to Dharamshala.
And all the listeners are saying, why didn't you go?
And it got cancelled because you're going Delhi. I'm like, damn it, I don't know.
Oh, not the
internet will be
pandemic.
there.
It got cancelled because you were going
No,
Delhi.
because we were going Delhi because I didn't know how the internet would be there. So I didn't want to.
You didn't want to let the team
fuck
down,
up the
right?
first month, you know? Well, you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, man.
But,
we tried to say nice things. Vinay Nair was very sweet. Meghnad.
The only way to correct your, complaint that, everybody keeps cribbing about Silvery being late, you just keep repeating, I was never late.
I was never late.
Joseph Goebbels, the Nazi leader, comes to mind. Just keep lying. Say a lie 100 times till it becomes a truth.
I love the Jews, guys.
This show doesn't need more controversy. You're in India. The most racist people in the world are around you. Don't look elsewhere.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Fourth panel.
This one. This one's needed because I
This
don't
one's not
remember what
over.
we're
Yeah,
supposed to
he's
talk
ranking it
about.
before it's over.
What our agenda for this
This is like
panel?
Dhoni's biopic when he's alive. You don't do that, yeah.
Our agenda for this panel. Fourth panel. Antariksh asshole is still there. Okay.
That's from his mom.
Yeah.
Lot of respect.
Correct.
Lot of respect.
Abbas.
Bolo, beta.
Sparsh, hey. Meghnad, hey man. And Cyrus. Okay. In the current era of Cyrus Says, the new changes, community building, newer formats, newer fun, etc. That was written by Meghnad.
Look, if any of this stuff, Discord and all works, Meghnad is not to get the credit. If it doesn't work, it's all on Meghnad. Remember that, guys. Let's take a vote here. Clearly.
Absolutely.
Discord works. That's how I know a lot of people are staying up to watch this show.
No, there's the one girl by mistake showed you some
multiple
I won't take
girls
names
and boys.
No, multiple. There's one girl from Toronto.
Yeah.
We will not get into it, but
The
whatever.
Brocha Janta Party is very active on Discord. They have sent in clips. We'll be
My
showcasing them
promise to
after
the
this.
people, I will make India a better place. But I want to live in Spain. I'm just saying.
Yes, sure.
The only time Discord is quiet
Malaysia.
is when the show is live because everybody's watching the live and talking here. And then they go back to Discord and continue talking here. So it's like a giant
post-discussion happening on your Cyrus Says.
Himal Malani. If you take out the L, it will be Hema Malani. Malani, I would be really happy. But for now, it's
Hema ji.
Himal is saying great job from Malaysia. I guess the only one.
From Malaysia, maybe, but
Not truly Asia.
people are...
People from Malaysia like to speak.
2:20 a.m. in Toronto.
There you go.
Whose dog is saying?
Alabama. Now you
Truly
triggered
America.
The competition has started. Further away, you win more points.
California.
Hey, Meghnad, you're in Delhi. That's something.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I am in Delhi.
People should start posting. I'm in Malabar Hill right now.
By mistake.
I'm outside your house right now,
One
sir.
second. Malinga ji. Sorry.
Yeah.
Malinga ji, boli.
He's in the president's palace. What? They stormed
Cyrus, I have a
they
question
stormed
for
the
you.
palace.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Sri Lanka.
In Sri Lanka.
All right. Because here, we are a democracy, so be very careful. Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
Meghnad,
Cyrus,
please
I
go
have a
ahead.
question for you.
You asked two. Huh.
I have one.
Oh, damn it.
I sometimes see the week that wasn't, and with the laugh track and the and it's kind of cringe.
But tell Kunal that I'm anti-laugh track. It's not my fault. Kunal comes from a zamana. If you don't clap and all, he feels bad and he won't come and say
Does
it.
the 1000th episode make you more honest or something?
I'll tell you, it's an intervention.
No,
Anyway,
I'm anti-laugh track.
Yeah.
In fact, here this laugh track we're doing is wrong. Just stop it. Okay? Bolo Meghnad, what is the question?
But when you come here without the laugh track, you're funnier. I just wanted to ask you, how has this podcast changed you over the years?
What do you think? We have Mercedes-Benz downstairs or something? It just gives us something to do a couple of days a week. That's it. You know that, and I know that. What the hell, yeah? It's not.
Can I give my honest take? This show is the only show where you honestly get to cut loose and say things that are truly on your mind. All the jokes that you edit out on in your head for TV purposes, you do them here, and I'm glad for that.
No, but it's also we owe it to Munawar Farooqi and Kunal Kamra, our mother and father, who told us just do it on the podcast and do it from Germany. I remember the exact words. Yeah.
Basically, what Cyrus does for this podcast is when his team writes like jokes or whoever
We have no
writes
team.
the
There's me and
jokes for,
Kunal. Okay, my mom contributes sometimes. This is correcting the spelling. Huh? Go on.
And when they write it, all the discarded jokes that go into the dustbin,
exactly.
Cyrus goes, fishes them out, and then he's like preparing for this.
Basically saying the show is the dustbin of the TV show.
He's right, because Ashish Shakya used to write for us.
Correct, yeah.
And we removed a lot of his stuff. So now we take that back because we found it really good. But years later. Yeah.
We have a buttload of AMA questions. Should we get to them?
I don't think it's a fair term to use, no?
No, after Ranveer Singh's antics, everything is...
Were you upset? Were you offended by the picture?
No.
Yeah, because he has a nice butt and a toned body, and I had lost 1 kg for this, and I barely fit in this.
Although I'm not, I don't like hairy.
I'm jealous of.
You should be jealous
You don't
of
like
you.
Hairy glutes, especially with women, I don't like.
No, the glutes aren't hairy. The glutes are.
But
fine.
he's not a woman.
1 minute. What are you doing? Spending so much time staring at his glutes?
Well, he's showing them.
Yeah, and he's not a woman. What are you talking about?
That was the spin
In general,
on
I get it.
the joke that doesn't work.
I
Meghnad is
care
pointing
more
it
about
out.
the set that he was in. Did you notice the set he was in?
No, nobody look at the set.
One sec.
He was very badly lit. The set.
Porno Prabhakar in Delhi immediately picked up from all the work he's seen in the same set.
Oh, man.
He knows exactly.
Now I want to do a show called Porno Prabhakar.
PP. Ganda aadmi. He immediately picked up the back of the मैंने 100 बार देखा and then Jangli Jawani 1, Jangli Jawani 2, Jangli Jawani.
Meghnad is like
News laundry is out of the picture.
No. It was in the news laundry old offices. That's how he knows. Oh, I know this background. I used to be there.
It's called loose laundry.
Yes.
It's a totally different
It might be the old IVM office also, to be honest.
That's true. Yeah. But Meghnad's
seemed
thing
like
is
it, yeah.
kapde hona.
Wow, Ayushi saying.
Leave him alone.
Ayushi
says,
leave
leave him alone. That photo shoot did more for this country than anyone else in the last
If we
year.
are doing
There you go, Silvery. You took over the show in the pandemic. Fuck
Guys,
you.
let's stop talking about Ranveer. Bumps the word, okay?
See, this will never make it to the news that wasn't.
Yeah.
This is only exclusive.
Nobody
Cyrus
watches.
Says.
Even CNBC doesn't watch it, so we're fine. Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored, I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
All right, AMAs. First one, yep.
And we have a special guest at the end. So,
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Avranil Paul has asked, we are sure the Indian podcast community is going to boom within a year or two. Dr. Boracha.
1,000 episodes, but still.
Dr. Boracha.
So it's...
how does it feel to be one of the OGs? Congratulations and cheers to the man.
So the name that I really like, because I heard it once in a public thing when they're announcing your name at a function or whatever, is Boricha.
Boricha.
Like with an I. Boricha. So I use that a lot sometimes. I just call myself that. I just like the name. It just sounds very Indian. Hey, Boricha!
That sounds Russian.
And immediately, yeah. Sorry?
It sounds Russian.
Boricha.
Oh.
Boricha. Yeah.
Now that Svetlana's accent, yes it does. Svetlana says it's totally different for me, bro. Yeah, wow. Yeah. I want to show my Ranveer Singh to him right now.
Cyrus, but honestly, when Amit offered you this gig, did you think it was radio? Were you aware of podcasts?
I've said this before. The question he asked me is, and he said it nicely because he knows I'm older. Do you know what a podcast is? First thing. And I said, of course. Who says?
You lied on the resume.
I went back. I have a pal called Rustam who works out with me in the morning, who's quite the Parsi Google. And I said, you know what a podcast is? And he was struggling to explain it. Because actually it's difficult to explain as against radio. Exactly. But what is the difference except internet? You know, really. So I was like, ooh, wow. But then Amit is an American accent. For Indians, very tough to handle American accent. Yeah. So when American accent talks, you always say yes, right?
We're like, podcast,
You like to do the podcast? And I'm like, Hanji, why not? Something like that.
All right, next one comes from Ajit Krishna Chilukuri. This is for Amit, but it's a great question.
It's
for you
Prathamesh Shetty.
Wait.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Do you have a different screen?
Are you on the same podcast? Maybe I'll move on.
Reading a different comment.
So. Who's your producer, Silvery? There must be someone working with you. Rishi's
owning up to mistakes
it's
now.
Only 1,000 episodes, guys. We'll fix it.
That's right. Prathamesh has said, Cyrus, have you been referred to as Bocha?
Okay, that's a Marathi touch to that. Well, behind basically.
Achha.
So that joke has been done a lot of times. We've even done it in shows because when Kunal writes, is always a pun of some kind. You know that by now. You can follow, right? The Lennon and McCartney styles. You can immediately tell, right? Yeah. So that's I have, but it doesn't. I mean, it's like Cyrus the virus. You all must be having that now. The same name that people rhyme or the same guy. After 200 times of listening to it, it's like. It's exactly that.
See, Abbas, dustbin theory working out here as well.
Cyrus the virus was the MTV. Your show was also called that, no? Cyrus the
Sparsh, at what point can you remove Meghnad?
I sadly cannot.
At least you can't say it.
Wait, Cyrus,
Meghnad, we love you.
What Abbas said, you used to have a show called Cyrus the Virus?
On MTV. At least it was used in an ad. I
No,
don't know if it was
promos
a
and all they've used
show.
it. You're a tired copywriter. What's he going to come up with? So firstly, he gets Malaika's picture and poster and all
Cyrus the
that.
Lava
So he gets a hot Malaika in a bikini and then he has to write and he writes flavor of the month. He comes all beautiful. The oasis in the desert, all that.
Cyrus
And
the
then
Virus.
they get me in a diaper as the next thing. The fucker's like, what am I going to write? Cyrus the Virus. Chalo, next, stamp, approved.
Oh, God.
You can't blame them.
Terrible.
It's like Meghnad's going to do the same thing, right? He wants to show where he can be motivated, bichara.
All right, next one comes from Ajit Krishna Chilukuri this time. He says...
Maybe we'll
maybe
don't see it on
we'll see
screen.
what... Cyrus so happy...
Rishi's playing with you, huh? Rishi's
like,
like a bully. Liar.
Cyrus so happy for your 1000th. Absolutely love the show. Question for Amit, but we'll answer this.
Okay, one second. Who does the best Amit accent? Abbas or
does,
you?
yeah.
Abbas, you will be playing
Okay,
Amit.
I'll
You'll be
answer.
playing Amit.
Ask me
Go
the
ahead.
question.
Go ahead now.
Oh, ask me the question.
question for
You're
Amit.
idiot. He's the answer. This is why I don't work with the Punjabis anymore. Sparsh, say something to him. ये setup के बाद भी बैठे तो कुछ आता नहीं. You're the question. He's the answer. We just did the whole. Meghnad, please come to Bombay.
I'm just happy that he said Bancho in the right way. I did not hear anything else.
Don't worry, Saukar used to correct me all the time. The Parsi say bench. You're like, what? The Punjabis is like, is that a word? Sorry, go on.
Says Amit, when you first pitched the show to Cyrus, how many episodes did you really think he'll do before giving up on IVM?
Man, we were just happy to get Cyrus on board, man. We're not looking at any 20 episodes, 40 episodes. I was like, as many episodes as you want, man.
Wow. The accent was great. The answer was so boring. even Amit will be, I don't know. It was so boring.
I mean, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
Why would he watch? He's seen the 999
He's watching. How many did you think you will do?
I never thought of all this. I was just killing time on Tuesdays.
You completed about 800 episodes of your TV show as well,
I'll just say one thing. Both him and I like the idea of daily because we come from a radio generation.
Right.
Sure. We always thought that let's get the 300 people who are on today. They're like, that's important.
Yeah.
Just interact with them and talk and all. That was always the thing. But then how to do it on a daily basis, it became like ridiculous. And then because of the pandemic, we all had time.
Correct.
Now we don't have time. I'm going to Bangalore on Friday, for example. And we have to manage. So as you know, coming from Powai every day is not easy.
Absolutely not.
Did you just compare going to Bangalore to go to Powai?
It's 2 hours both ways, guys.
Noobler is saying audio.
Check the register every day because, he's here twice a week or something.
Noobler is saying audio listeners will not know Amit is not there.
Amit is thinking, he can replace me on Zoom without visual. I can go home today.
All right. Next one comes from Vinay Nair says, Amit.
Hey, Sparsh, give him a clap. Our boy has become a man. He's got it right.
When did you first realize that this show will not have a structure, courtesy Cyrus, and that may actually become the USP of Cyrus Says?
Actually, he answered this in the first segment.
Silver's not paying attention.
It took about 4 to 5 episodes for him to realize that there is no structure.
And that works.
So I'm trying to remember if there's any producer. You two obviously are as bad as I am, so no problem. Sparsh just joined and Meghnad's given up. But early on, there might have been one or two.
The people who got my ice pick analogy will relate with this exact question.
So nobody is what you're saying.
Meghnad, with due respect, your partner is not interested in your bloody ice pick analogy. So just think about it. I'm just thinking right in the beginning, there might have been one or two producers, a little into, or maybe some kids who came in and whatever, who did some research, etc. But now it's done. Now nobody cares.
Guys,
we're good.
Last one is.
Okay, let's take one.
This is a testimony to the show that while I'm answering, the three of you are talking amongst yourselves. This tells you the show is in safe hands.
Sparsh is
As I'm
preoccupied
Rishi,
with
I hope
stuffing everything in the episode.
Sparsh, there's no respect for the old man. After all this, but you think my dad listens and all
in
that
the
nonsense?
middle of your sentence, let's finish.
No, I
want
to say that.
Silvery, I'm looking at him. Silvery, I'm looking at him. I have to look at him.
Yeah.
I can see everything he's doing. I don't say.
It's the 1000th episode. You should take at least 10 questions.
Yeah. Wow. Sahil Caffrey has asked Silvery, can you do your Naveen impression?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, Baba. That's all I can say. I know that Ya Baba is right. I know that Ya Baba is perfect.
It's to the point.
Yes, I'm very
pitch perfect.
It's good enough. Because
Yeah,
you can just use that bit.
Yeah, correct.
And with due respect, less you say the better. So it's all good.
Yeah, this is Naveen as a British person. Ya Baba.
Naveen is a Parsi.
Ya Baba.
Naveen emotional in Assam.
No Baba.
In case we want Amit or Naveen for something and they're not available.
We've
got
it covered. Two of you were covering a lot. Now if one of you can do Sparsh, he can go back to Delhi and play guitar.
हाँ कर लेंगे यार. This was Sparsh yesterday at 8 p.m. I was like, Sparsh, everything set. हाँ भेज रहे हैं, हो जाएगा.
No, it's there, but it's a little more respectful.
I know. No, I can't get I can't do Delhi.
Mumbai.
Exactly, I can't do Delhi.
Lack of respect for the language and the people and the culture and the atmosphere. Only a Mumbaiker can do that. He's still got Delhi left in him.
I can hear some
Tamiz is there. It's going slowly.
Crying in the background. Who's crying?
All the people listening.
Sylvie.
Oh, there's some sabzi wala.
No, that's Ayushi.
Sabzi wala.
Ayushi's in the wrong chair. An office she owns. And she's acting like someone's going to shout at her. The boss's daughter. I'm thinking, who's this stupid employee? Hey, Ayushi, get out of my chair. Next day, he's outside IBM looking for a job. That guy.
Silvery, please do Meghnad impression.
Guys, this mic is quite big, like a pickaxe.
वो क्या है line यार? Every listener must know that line by heart. Pickaxe on a lake.
Yes, can you please repeat the same line?
Repeat the line. That's a great way to end the show.
You have it written down somewhere.
Guys, this mic is like a pickaxe.
Okay. Oh.
No, use your
You took
like
the pickaxe bagging into a lake or something.
Let him take this.
Firstly, no one in India has a pickaxe. Then no one has a frozen lake. Now you put it all together.
Cyrus, he doesn't know. He was drunk when he recorded that. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So sad. Even the panelists are ashamed of their conversations. They don't have any idea what they're saying.
What did I say 2 minutes back? Okay,
but we wanted to put in one more special gentleman if we can.
Yeah, we can. So,
no, Baba.
Okay, guys. Let's wrap this thing up. We have some few more messages, especially that have come from the Cyrus Brocha Janta Party.
Oh.
So the fans, they've also sent in clips. They wanted to say many things to you.
Can I just tell them, listen, whatever tickets I can get, I will give. मेरा हाथ में जो है वो है. But I cannot control democracy. I'll do what I can. Yeah. But they're waiting outside my house every day. South Bombay, Central Mumbai. People are asking for Agripada.
Yeah.
Do you have any pull?
Yeah.
No, I will have push.
They're waiting outside Mannath and shouting, Cyrus.
Listen, just say no, Baba, and move on.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll see some clips from the fans.
So are we not coming back after this?
We are coming back after this, but Cyrus is coming back after this, and we have someone very special joining
us. Last question for all of you.
So bye for me and Silvery.
What is Naveen's favorite story? Ali Baba.
Guys.
And with that said, we've got a segue.
Bye, thanks guys.
Let's tune in the clips from the fans. Thank you so much.
Thank you, see you.
Bye-bye.
Just stick around because we have someone special coming up after
stick
these
around.
clips.
No one's going to stick around. कृपया ध्यान दीजिए.
Hello again family, Avani here and Dr. Brocha, congratulations for reaching 1000 episodes. It's been 4 years I have been listening to Cyrus Says, and if I have to describe this podcast in one sentence, then it would be in Cyrus's words or Amit's words. In this Machiavellian world, it's an egalitarian podcast, and I know how much Cyrus hates being famous, but unfortunately Cyrus, whose only 8 listeners have now become a 550 members strong Brocha party. So congratulations.
Hello Cyrus, Bigfoot here. Congrats on the 1000th episode. I've been watching it daily since episode 549. Hopefully we'll watch more of episodes over the next few years. Favorite episode 21. Go watch it.
Hello Cyrus. Congratulations on your 1000 episodes. I cannot believe it's been that long a journey. Really happy for IBM Podcast and Cyrus. You're big fan. As you can see, I am so happy that you guys launched this merchandise. Anyways, I really hope you get a lot more episodes, maybe 10,000. Like Amit says, spread the word. I do spread the word. But anyway, happy for the Cyrus Says podcast. All the best for the future to come.
Hi Cyrus, this is Hemisha. I am sending you warm wishes for your 1000th episode. Just rock it. Continue what you're doing. It's just awesome. Hats off to you and your team. I don't know what else to say. Carry on.
Congratulations Cyrus, to Cyrus Says and entire IBM family for completing the 1000 episodes of Cyrus Says. Wow, what a remarkable achievement that is. I started listening to Cyrus Says on episode 155 and now I've not missed a single episode. I have stalked Cyrus on YouTube and realize that he is a true philosopher. I wish that you complete 10,000 or 20,000 episodes. I've decided that next time when I come to Mumbai, I'm going on a hunger strike in front of IBM office till you guys meet.
Congratulations, team. 1,000 episodes is no ordinary feat. Thank you for all the love, joy, and happiness you've been spreading through this podcast. Been a big fan since 2020 and haven't missed a single episode since. I think this is the longest meaningful relationship that I've had in my life. Thank you to Cyrus and thank you to the entire team. And I wish you many, many more episodes of chaos and fun to come.
Hi, Cyrus. Congratulations on completion of 1,000 episodes of Cyrus Says. This is one heck of an achievement, and this all boils down to your wits, your intelligence, and your most important quality, I believe, that is ability to take a joke on yourself. And again, congratulations to everyone. This is a phenomenal achievement, even that this show doesn't have any structure or any organization. Sorry, Meghnad had to get this last meeting.
Wow. Oh my God, that was very heartfelt. We have only 16 members of the party at the moment, so we are less than the Parsi Sena, which is not really big either. But one day we will rule India. Silvery, Abbas, and let's introduce our guest.
This is Suresh, who's been the office boy for as long as I have been at IBM.
Office boy, he's in charge of the canteen. Yeah, let's call him. Canteen ka king jo hai, wo hai Suresh bhai. हाँ.
Sweetest man in the office.
Cyrus क्या खाते हैं हर बार जब हर
नहीं मेरे बारे में कुछ तारीफ करो, कुछ बोलो, आपकी जो सोच विचार है, प्लीज बताओ. हाँ.
वो ऑमलेट खाते हैं मॉर्निंग में. मुझे आना पड़ता है जल्दी.
वही ना,
वो जल्दी आ जाते हैं.
हाँ. कॉल करते हैं ना आपको सुबह.
मुझे कॉल करते हैं और मैं बाहर मतलब वेट करते हैं मेरे लिए. और मैं रास्ते पे रहता हूँ ऑन द वे. मेरे को फिर चिकन टिक्का चाहिए, वो मिलेगा अभी मिलेगा. वो तो अवेलेबल नहीं रहता, फिर मुझे जाके लेके आना पड़ता है उनके लिए.
सुरेश ये कौन सा एंगल से तारीफ है? हाँ, दिस इज बिटर क्रिटिसिज्म यार. ये क्या कैसे
तो फिर
और इनको
आपने कभी साइरस का कॉल कट किया है ऐसा?
हाँ, कट किया. कॉल कट किया.
और रिकॉर्डिंग में जब रहते हैं उनको रिकॉर्डिंग के एकदम बाद चाहिए ना खाना.
हाँ, रिकॉर्डिंग के बाद. पहले मिलेगा नहीं ना, बाद में मिलेगा चलेगा. पहला मतलब बोल के रखते, ऑर्डर देते मुझे कि बाद में होगा, मुझे चाहिए.
रोज लस्सी मंगाते थे ना पहले.
लस्सी अभी कैंसिल.
लस्सी कैंसिल. व्हाई कैंसिल?
वो शुगर ग्लूकोज की इशू है भाई साहब.
लस्सी कैंसिल.
बट सुरेश, थैंक यू सो मच. बहुत अच्छी बात है. आई थिंक
बहुत अच्छी बात है.
यू कांट से मोर ट्रू वर्ड्स इन दिस. वी कांट मेक दिस अप. एंड
कभी गुस्सा आता है आपको? ऐसा क्या है?
गुस्सा तो आते हैं. गुस्सा भी अगर मेरे को लेट, अगर मुझे जल्दी आना रहेगा तो मैं जल्दी आ जाता हूँ, फिर वो लेट हो जाते हैं. और मैं जल्दी आता है, फिर मुझे कॉल करते हैं.
How does it feel, Cyrus?
Meghnad, if you're listening, you found my replacement.
मुझे कॉल करते हैं कि मैं तो आ गया ऑलरेडी बोलता है फिर.
Yes, Cyrus, how does it feel?
गुस्साई की बात नहीं उसमें. मैं कभी कंप्लेंट भी नहीं किया.
कंप्लेंट नहीं किया.
फिर और यहाँ और लॉबी में खिड़की भी नहीं है खुला. It's a suffocation by death, and I don't say anything. I'm so nice. But I just want to thank Suresh for coming on the show. Suresh, thank you very much. Suresh is 10% equity holder. आप सबसे important आदमी है, no doubt. ऑमलेट खिलाते हैं, most important डोर खोलते हैं. Without that we don't have a show. So and he comes very fast. So thank you, Suresh. Last question. आपने कभी अपना शो को सुना है?
सुना है मैं.
और आपका क्या राय है?
अच्छा है.
There you go. That's the best review.
I feel that sarcasm, you know, just the disrespect.
पर आपने ऐसे चॉइस से नहीं सुना ना, बजता रहता तो सुनना पड़ता है.
हाँ, वैसे भी है. पर मैं कभी अपने से नहीं सुना है.
End this 1,000. Can we end it? I'm begging you, please stop.
Okay,
Suresh,
guys.
thank you.
Thank you
Celebratory,
so much.
Abbas, thank you. People listening, thank you so much for listening. Sorry about the standard of the show. We really try to make it better, but I guess after 5 minutes we give up, which is the right way to do it.
We'll get there. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll leave you with a happy moment of the four of us. Suresh, who's going to be the new host. Silvery, who may or may not come for the next show.
That's true.
Abbas, who may or may not come.
I'm always on time.
Take it offline. Take it offline. 1,000. Let's go celebrate in typical style at IBM by me going home. All right?
Bye-bye. Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps. Please, we beg you. We need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.